Welcome to Green Machine Football. I am John Will along with Josh Pierce here at LaGrange Park to bring you all the action of this second round playoff game against Nazareth Academy on just a beautiful sun-drenched day here in LaGrange Park.
Well, it's artificial turf. They call it field grass. Right on the field right now, it's much like the University of Illinois has. So it's field's in perfect condition. The sun's out. It's a beautiful day. It's the second round of a 5A championship to actually go on to the third round. And Geneseo taking on a tough opponent right here, which is LaGrange Academy, who comes in 7-3 off a 49-12 victory last week, John. And Geneseo, of course, coming in at 8-2 with a thrilling double overtime win at Geneseo against LaSalle Peru. So this game fitting out to be a good matchup.
It certainly will be a great game here. East Suburban Catholic League is the league that LaGrange, or I should say Academy, comes from, playing the likes of Joliet Catholic and Niles Notre Dame and St. Viator's and St. Patrick's in that conference. Geneseo did win the toss, deferring once again to the second half, so they open up the game, kicking the ball off. Doing the kicking will be Luke Lemke, number 36 for the Maple Leafs. They'll be kicking from the south to the north here at Nazareth.
Well, Luke Lemke, a sophomore, they brought up to kick. A couple sophomores they brought up. One key note is that obviously Jason Johnson's going to sit out a game for team violation, and Austin Ryan's going to be the starting fullback today.
Here we go to open up the second round playoff game. Lemke with the ball on the 40-yard line, kicking into a pretty stiff breeze. Here to open up the game. Nice crowd, a full house. Here to witness high kickoff by Lemke's going to come down at the 25-yard line. Number 44 to catch the ball. Brings it back to about the 36-yard line. The tackle there is Austin Ryan.
Well, Geneseo going to face a fast team today. We talked about it a little bit. Some of the scoutings they saw, obviously, they beat a good 8-1 Chicago team last week very handily there up in Chicago. So Geneseo's defense coming out first. DeBizer
at one end, Panicucci at the other end. Lyons and Jensen at the tackles. Nose guards number 54 for the Leafs. Blackard at nose guard. Wingback goes in motion for Nazareth. Sets himself again on the right side. Fullback's going to try to bounce it outside. Still on his feet, close to 50-yard line, knocked out of bounds. And that was number 21 on the carry for them. McKinney, their big ground gainer on the season.
Well, Geneseo's defense going to have their test out here today, John. A beautiful day. But you can see what Geneseo's defense is already facing. They're going to try to spread them out and try to run that quick McKinney, who's a 1,000-yard back this year. So Geneseo's defense going to have to stand up to the challenge and keep those outside lanes.
Geneseo see all kinds of different offenses in front of them. A shotgun formation now for Nazareth. Two wide receivers to the left side. On the coverage, Peel's out here. Now they're going to give to James in the middle again. Number 21, Geneseo steps up to make the tackle. He scrambles short of the first down. No gain on play. Nazareth has no problems going to hit somebody after the whistle's blown. Second time I've seen him butt somebody up before after the whistle. Gain of 5 on the play. Let's call it 2nd and 5. Ball sits in Geneseo territory at the 49-yard line.
Well, you're exactly right. We saw it look like almost a late hit on that far sideline the first play, John. But that's one thing you got to come out here. It's a second round intensity with them here. And once again, they're going to spread out Geneseo's defense.
Two wideouts each side of the offense for Nazareth. Geneseo a little bit different looking defense up front. One stand up in is DeBizer atop the screen. Draw back the pass. Big pressure coming in. Plenty of time going across the middle. And it's completed at the 20. He's going to go inside the 10. Touchdown. Nazareth. No call on a holding play backside, but no flag on the play. Touchdown Nazareth from 49 yards out here with 10:59 left in the first quarter.
Well, that's one thing you fear with this offense. They're about a 50-50 team, John. They run the ball and pass the ball equally, and that time they just put three wideouts. They ran too deep and then run a slant down the middle with one of their tight ends, and that time he was wide open and he took it to the house, beating the Geneseo secondary with 10:59, extra points still to come.
They'll kick the extra point. Number 10 done. Their kicker. Low snap, kicks up. Going to be good by Nazareth. So Nazareth puts a big mark on the scoreboard here early on in the first quarter to make the score 7-0 over the Leafs. The Leafs need to get off the bus and start playing now.
Well, yeah, that's exactly right. We talked about, you can saw how some of the Academy's team over there, LaGrange Park was trying to be really intense with Geneseo, and that's exactly what they come to play football today, John. And Geneseo, we talked about it, gave up a quick run plays and then got beat on the long pass. And right now, that's a chance for the offense to come back out here and prove a point here and try to match scores with LaGrange Park.
3 plays, 63 yards, 1 minute and 1 second of the first quarter. Nazareth takes it in from 48 yards out for touchdown and makes the score 7-0.
Well, 10:59, that's exactly right. 1 minute into this game, and Geneseo finds himself down 7-0. But you got to come out here, you got to play football, you got to have that offense come out here and lead attack down here and try to tie this game up at 7.
And number 38, Logan Penn.
Nazareth a kickoff from the left hash mark.
But one thing that drive for Nazareth was with the wind, John, and there's kind of a decent breeze out here today, so
yes,
obviously they're going to try to take advantage of it when they've got it to their back, and that time they were able to seam Geneseo's defense for a touchdown.
They're lined up all around the whole field here at Nazareth. Field turf, surface to play on. Back deep for Geneseo's Cuban at his own 8-yard line. He's going to get a chance to return this one. It's going to come to him at the 6. Looks to go right up the middle, looking for a little seam. Tries to break it out around the outside. Still on his feet, 16. And dropped down right at the 20-yard line. They're swarmed after that one.
Yeah, he waited for the hole there, and you can tell he danced around maybe a little too long there, John, and they were able to wrap him up in the backfield. So Geneseo's offense going to come out here at the 20-yard line starting out here. 10:51 here in the first quarter. Geneseo finds himself down 7-0 early.
When they break the huddle, DeBiser will come up and one in along with B.J. Weber tackle on the same side. Posine and at the guard position. Miller at center, Martins, Mulder, and Turner on the right side. Quarterback's Hamer, number 14. Austin Ryan will open up the fullback position, number 33. Motion man goes in motion, goes Cuban. Second man through, he's going to get the carry. Number 16 almost breaks it free, goes over the 20. First down, Geneseo.
Well, nice job by that offensive line. Second man through, they bought the fake. And one thing we saw last week, we played a team that's used to playing us, John, and they know exactly what we're going to do. This team has only seen us on film. They're not accustomed to watching Geneseo's offense and how they can move it. And right there, first play, 10 yards, first down.
Geneseo first and 10 at their own
Nazareth has some sharp-looking athletes on the field. Some big fellas up front. Number 65 in those guards, 205. Flanked by number 88 at one tackle. It's 185. Look at the 4-3 defense. Fullback's going to get the carry this time. Goes Ryan, still fighting for yards. Give him 2 yards on the carry as he has to jump over the pile. Mulder knocks his guys down and makes a pile right in front of him.
That time just keeping their honesty there on the offensive side, giving the fullback, let him pound it up there at this big defense right now. And like you mentioned, running a 4-3, and they're blitzing 3 linebackers every time. It's a lot like what we saw at Sterling against this Geneseo offense.
They're coming. Posine checks into the huddle with the play for Hamer. It's the quarterback, number 14, who about halfway through the season took over full throttle with the quarterback position. Again, Austin Ryan lines up the fullback position, flanked by Panacucci on the left side, Cuban on the right side, the wingback. 2nd and 9, let's call it. Cuban goes in motion. Going to give the ball to Cuban, number 16. Gets up to the 25-yard line, or 35-yard line. It'll bring up a 3rd and about 5 for the Leafs.
Well, it's a big down here for Geneseo now. It's going to bring up a 3rd, and we'll call it 5 yards for the first down. And one thing you want to do is you want to keep this drive alive, especially going down 7-0 early in this game. And Geneseo right now offensively looks good. You can see that actually, LaGrange Park's having a tough time identifying that football out there with the ball control fake. So Geneseo facing a big, we'll call it 3rd and 6 from their own 34-yard line.
This time, Nazareth come up with a 3-man front. 3-man front. 4 linebackers. Everybody's walked up about 5 yards within the ball, but they're almost linebackers. Just sprint out action to pass. They're going to get the ball downfield. He's going to be brought down. No, he's caught in the backfield, and down he goes. Hamer goes down from the backside, loss of a yard in the play. It'll bring up a 4th down for the Leafs, and they'll have to go into punt formation.
Well, that time defensively, what LaGrange Park did is they just made a 3-man front, and they left the rest of their guys back there for pass protection. And Geneseo split a few guys out and had a couple guys going en route, but there was nobody open and forced Hamer to take that ball down. And actually, he's going to lose a couple yards. Going to bring up 4th and 7, and Geneseo's going to punt.
McKinney will go back deep, stand back to his own 35-yard line to receive this punt from Robertson. Cuban looks him over. Nice snap, back to Robertson. Nice kick this time, long kick, gonna be driving back inside the 25-yard line. Gonna go around to the right side, gonna come back against the grain. Does McKinney, and he's Breyer, McKinney for a return of about 3 yards that time. Geneseo had him hemmed in pretty good with the gunner going downfield, so Nazareth will come on 1st and 10. At their own 32-yard line.
Great punt there by the senior Caleb Robertson. We've seen it all year. We saw a 70-yarder last year. This time another beautiful punt. Going to set them up 1st and 10 from their own 32, LaGrange Park.
5-2 defense, Geneseo. Linebackers walk out a little bit wider now. Hosty along with number 30. Hungate, long count. They give the ball up the middle. Gonna bounce it outside. Number 12 with the carry. Along the sideline, knocked out of bounds.
Well,
Looked like Belligear along with Hosty knocks him out of bounds after the first down was picked up out of the 46-yard line.
Well, once again, that LaGrange Park is obviously trying to do out here. They're just trying to spread Geneseo out, leave them thin in the middle, then come back with the speedy McKinney up the middle. And that time he was able to go up the middle and then break it outside, John. Pick up a nice gain, a game of first down. It's going to bring 1st and 10 from LaGrange Park's 46-yard line.
Double tight set, wide left, wide right. Looking to throw the ball once again, looking to get the ball down the sideline. Incomplete, no, it is caught in bounds right at the sideline. Geneseo Reschke on the coverage, didn't turn to find the ball. It's completed down at the 31-yard line of Geneseo.
Well, we talked about it, they're 50-50, they're gonna pass and run, and that time he just faded it out there, and unfortunately for Reschke, nobody yelled ball there to let him know that it was in the air, and basically he underthrew it to his receiver. His receiver, knowing where that football was, came back for the catch, and right now, Geneseo's defense on their heels at the 1st and 10 from the Geneseo 31.
Wide left, wide right, 2 backs in the backfield. Cameron along with McKinney in the backfield. Gonna give it to Cameron up the middle, number 12. Oh, we had our hands on him and let go of him. Gonna bounce that side over the 20, close to 10, got close to the 10-yard line. He's knocked out of bounds there by Cuban.
Well, somebody needs to let Geneseo know they're in a football game here today right now, John, that offensively they got it picked up at first down, then was forced to punt back to this team that's already leading 7-0 with 7:40 left in the first period. It's going to bring up 1st and goal from the Geneseo 10-yard line. Geneseo's defense has to find a way to keep this LaGrange Park offense out of the end zone.
Wide left, wide right they go. 2 backs in the backfield, a quarterback number 3, Kaiser, 6'1", 110 pounds. McKinney in the backfield. Now they shift formation to the strong left. Got to give this time to McKinney, trying to get outside. Peel in pursuit. Now he cuts him back against the grain. He's still on his feet down at the 10-yard line. Flag on the play. Thrown in the pile. Must have been a holding call. 73 was holding.
Well, you're seeing a lot of that.
Belligear, it looked like.
You're exactly right. Referee had a great position to call that. Saw him and just basically tackled Belligear in the backfield. But nice job by Geneseo not letting him outside, and then the pursuit came for the help for a gain of nothing. And right now, that's going to back LaGrange Park up 10 yards. And exactly what Geneseo's defense needs right now was a penalty here, because right now they're on their heels, John.
So to move back, 1st and goal from, let's call it the 19-yard line. 1st and goal from the 19. For Nazareth to go 2 wide receivers each side. Shotgun formation, the backfield along with the quarterback is McKinney. Man-to-man coverage out wide, receivers, quarterback looks them back over, gives him a hand signal. Straight drop back to pass, looks to throw the ball, the fade pattern. Little push off there, no call though. Touchdown. Wow. Nazareth, touchdown Nazareth.
Yeah, he pushed Cuban right in the back to get free there and then went up for the pass, and the referee looked like he was actually looking in at the play instead of looking at the receiver down there, and a little shove to make some room, and he goes up for the touchdown. And right now the quarterback's just laying it out there for his big receivers, and they're going up and finding it. Right now 7-11 left in this first period. Geneseo down 13-0 with the extra points still to come, and Geneseo right now just looks like they're not ready to play football yet, John.
Not yet. Nazareth on for a second PAT attempt of the afternoon. 7-11. Kicks up. And good by Nazareth to make the score 14-0 with 7-11 left in this first quarter. A lot of ball game left. We just got to find a way to shut them down out there.
Well, they're not doing a whole lot special. They're just spreading Geneseo out. They're coming with the run game right up the middle, and then when Geneseo starts to pull a few guys in, they just throw it over top. And it's not like he's putting this pass on the money. He's just throwing it up there for his receivers to go get. And right now, Geneseo's DB's having a hard time finding that football. And right now, they're facing a 14-0 deficit here in the first period.
Has a 4-play, 68-yard drive by Nazareth. Eats up 1 minute and 5 seconds of the first quarter. Pass from Kaiser to Broderick. 19-yard touchdown pass. PAT was good to make the score 14-0.
Well, 7 plays, 2 minutes, and they've got 14 points. And right now, Geneseo's defense looks like they haven't even stepped on the field yet, John. They're going to have to find a way to slow this Nazarene offense down. And once again, Geneseo's offense not built to put up fast points. It's kind of methodic drives. So right now, their offense has to come out here and answer.
Cuban back deep to return this kick, stands at his 5-yard line. Kickoff from the right hash mark this time, going from the north to the south. Nazareth in blue uniform, blue jerseys, white pants. And Cuban once again will get to field this ball at the 10-yard line, looking to go up the left side. Looking for a little bit of a seam. Cuban might break free. He's going to go. Let's see if anybody can catch Cuban. He's got one way to beat. Over the 50, over the 40. He might have angle on the 30, on the 20, on the 15, 10. Cuban, touchdown, runs it back for a touchdown. Cuban for a 90-yard touchdown. Kickoff return by Jacob Cuban. That's what we needed right there, Josh.
Well, there's the weapon. They talked about it in the paper this week that special teams, there's 3 points of football game, offense, defense, and special teams. And Jacob Cuban, we see it all year long, does it again, 90 yards, and had one guy to beat, and you knew as soon as he went around that the kicker, there was nobody going to catch him. Made a nice little high step at about the 5-yard line to avoid a tackle. And touchdown, Jacob Cuban. Geneseo answers 14-6 with the extra point to come.
Luke Lemke in to handle the kicking chores today. Number 36, the sophomore. Back up to the backup kicker. Snaps good, kicks up. That's right down the middle. Way to go, Luke. 7-14. Geneseo's down by 7 here, not even halfway through this first quarter.
Well, you're looking to see about a 100-point game scored out here if it keeps going the way it does. But Geneseo, what a great way to, what a great offense to have when you have Cuban back there returning kickoffs. And there, once again, just the speed of Cuban, he got the initial line through, and you saw him break it open, and the kicker just did a nice job. That was an athletic move there to make it to the outside around the kicker. And once he turned the corner, you knew Cuban, one of the fastest guys we've seen play all year, just took it to the house, 90 yards. Geneseo answers 14-7. Now defense has to step it up here and prove that, you know, I'm sure they're shocked over there. They thought they were going to run away with this ball game, John, and Geneseo comes out and answers.
So we'll get our opportunity to kick it off from the 40. Luke Lemke will handle the kicking chores there. 6:55 left in the first quarter. The score is 14-7. Nazareth on top of the green machine.
Well, that's one disadvantage of scoring against Geneseo. You have to kick off to him every time, so that we'll take it. That's 90 yards, 91 yards by Jacob Cuban to make this just a one-score game, 14-7.
McKinney and Cannon go back deep for Nazareth. Stand back at their 12-yard line to field this kickoff from Lemke. Tees the ball straight up and down. Geneseo in the white jerseys. Nice high kick that time by Luke. We should get plenty of time to cover that thing down deep. Canyon with the carry. He's brought down a nice solid hit that time by Deppy, number 89. A nice solid open field tackle at the 30-yard line. And Geneseo's defense will come on once again to see what they can do to stand up to this offense of Nazareth.
Well, you hope that sparked from everybody. You know, the crowd just got back into it. They were sitting down too. They were kind of, you know, shocked here with two minutes into the game here. You're down 14 points, but a big hit by John Deppy there to knock him back. And Geneseo some defense again, 1st and 10 from the LaGrange Park 29-yard line.
2 left, 2 right for Nazareth. 1 back in the backfield. Now we have motion by Canyon across the formation. Geneseo steps up, looking to go that same way. Cut back against Jensen, makes a hit that time at the point of attack. As he comes down hard from his tackle position, along with Brad Lyons, number 7. He makes the play.
Well, right now, Geneseo's defense just looks like they're undersized out there a little bit. They're going to have to make some plays. Your linebackers are going to have to fill to stop the run, and your DBs on the sides are going to have to make a play to stop the pass, because right now, LaGrange Park's doing a little bit of half and half. They just run the ball, and then as soon as they run it, they come back with a long pass.
Got 4 yards in the play. Let's call it 2nd and 6 for Nazareth. Wide left, 3 receivers in the wideouts. Going to go outside, number 21, McKinney trying to get outside, straight arms. Peel lets go of him, can't hold him down, and brought out of bounds after the first down. Peel just about had him in the backfield around the collar, but couldn't hold on to him with a one arm. And McKinney picks up the first down for Nazareth.
Well, you can see the speed there, the 21, McKinney, the back, that's a 1,000-yard back. They talked about him. He's their featured back all year long, and you got to see right there on Geneseo's defense with DeViser and Panacucci, they got to make sure they don't let him outside, because once he does, he's explosive.
Now McKinney lines up in the slot on the right side of the offense. Peel's got him in the coverage. Shotgun, 5 yards back, goes the quarterback in the shotgun. High snap, no, goes back to Canyon. Canyon short as a fake there. Cannon with the carry over the 50 to the 49-yard line. Fake me out that time as they went to the shotgun formation. The snap, the quarterback jumped in the air like it's going over his head, but it snaps right directly to the running back. He picks up 6 yards, maybe 7 yards on that play. Brings up a 2nd and 3.
Well, right now that front four, Geneseo, front five, they're going to have
flag thrown on the play there. Over in front of the bench of Nazareth, the flag was thrown during the dead ball. going to be,
sideline
sideline.
violation, just a warning, I believe. I don't think they're actually going to be penalized. It's just a sideline. The first one's a violation, actually a warning. The second one, you get penalized 5 yards. There's too many people close to the field there, John, for the visiting team, or the home team.
Let's call it 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4 for Nazareth. Ball's just inside the 50-yard line into Geneseo territory. Wide left, wide right, 2 backs in the backfield. Regular formation, tight end on the right side. DeBizer over the top of him. Going to give the ball deep to McKinney, trying to cut back. Geneseo has him hemmed in pretty solidly that time. Nice play with that defense, no gain to play. He had nowhere to go that time, Josh.
Well, that time the front 5 and Geneseo won the battle there for the beginning of this ball game. They were getting pushed back pretty comfortably, and that time the front 5 stepped up, recognized it was going to be a run play, and this is a big down for Geneseo's defense. Facing a third, we'll call it 3rd and 4 from the Geneseo 49-yard line to see if they can slow down this LaGrange Park offense.
Up they come. Ball's on the 49-yard line. 3rd and 3 for Nazareth. 2 receivers near side, one at the top of the screen. Now they go motion with McKinney. Going to give the ball, no, fake the ball to him. Still fighting face mask that time, no call. He had Panacucci with a face mask. First down by Nazareth. Moves the ball down to the 33 or 34 or 44-yard line of Geneseo.
All they're doing
I think the face mask could go both ways. It's straight arm that time. Grabbed Panacucci's face mask, but no call.
Well, that time Geneseo, they spread him out to the right side, faked motion going away from us, and then brought a running back here, and it left Panacucci kind of on an island. And once again, he was able to make the tackle, but he only needed 3 or 4 yards for the first down. It's going to bring.
Stop the clock. The clock was blinking on and off there a few times. That's what's the problem. They have a problem with the chain here right in front of the Geneseo bench. We broadcast from the stands here at Nazareth, right along with the crowd, as the seating has been brought in for the game. 4:32 left in the first quarter. Geneseo's down by the score of 14-7. Nazareth offense has been very potent so far in this game. Geneseo's defense is kind of settling down here in this series of downs. Nazareth with 1st and 10 at Geneseo's 44-yard line. 2 receivers right, 1 left. 1 man in the backfield, McKinney behind the quarterback. Long count. He's going to drop back to pass. Geneseo puts pressure on, receivers out wide, going to catch the ball at the 24-yard line, knocked out of 34-yard line, knocked out of bounds. Just right at the first down marker. It's going to be see where they mark that. It's going to be a first down for Nazareth.
Well, right now Geneseo's DBs are going to have to get closer to their targets, because right now the wide receivers having too much room to make a pitch and catch, and that time Geneseo up front got a little bit more pressure, but the receiver wide open there on the far side. It's going to bring 1st and 10 from the Geneseo 32-yard line.
Nazareth has real good size up front on their offensive line. 2 backs in the backfield. Cannon along with, that time Cannon's going to get the option play near side. Quarterback keeps the ball in. Number 3 gets the ball over the 30-yard line. On the tackle that time was Belaguer along with Panacucci.
Well, just a quarterback option here to the near side. He's got a choice of keeping it himself or actually pitching it to McKinney. And that time he realized he was going to pick up 4 or 5 yards if he held on to it and just drove it up the middle. It's going to bring up, we'll call it 2nd and 6 now from the Geneseo 27-yard line.
Wide receiver left, wide right, 2 backs, I formation in the backfield. McKinney is the back of the I. He's going to get the ball. Number 21 is going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Hosty all over that along with the Bizer. No gain to play that time for the Roadrunners.
Nice job defensively. You can see Geneseo kind of waking up there a little bit defensively, John. They're really starting to control the run. If they can keep McKinney between the 2 ends and do something about these DBs on the passing attack, Geneseo's defense starting to come alive here. Big 3rd and 6 from the Geneseo 27-yard line, gain of nothing.
Jensen at that nose guard, flanked by Lines, and now Poseen. The ends are Panacucci and DeBizer. Linebackers. Hosty's back at linebacker, along with Miller. 3rd and 5. Wingback comes in motion, going to give it to him, trying to get around the corner. They fight, they turn him in, but no help that time. Still on his feet, going to get the first down inside the 20, down the 15. Nice job that time by Panacucci, turning the play in. The linebacker just wasn't there to knock him, get him tackled as he cut back against the grain. First down at the 16-yard line of Geneseo.
Well, right now LaGrange Park doing a nice job of mixing it up. That time they got another first down, like you mentioned, John. Panacucci did a great job of cutting him up, but the linebacker just didn't realize who had the ball quick enough to flow over, and that time another first down is going to bring 1st and 10 from the Geneseo 16-yard line.
14-7, 2:30 left in this first quarter. I back in the backfield for Nazareth. Long count this time by the quarterback. Going to look to sweep, get the ball outside. McKinney with the ball, trying to get outside. Peel turns him in. Nice play that time by Peel, fighting off his tack out there. DeBiser's out there to help with the tackle along with Miller, it looked like.
Yeah, DeBiser talking to the referee. He's talking about a hold. Looked like it was a good hold. Anytime you're trying to get away from the guy and you can't, and it's offense against defense, it's probably the offensive guy's got a hand on him. And DeBiser let the referee know what to look for. But that time, Geneseo's defense stretched it out. Still a gain of about 5, a long 5. Going to bring up 2nd and 4 from the Geneseo 10-yard line.
2 receivers left side. Reschke and Peel on the coverage. Top of the screen. Belligear on the coverage out there. Going to give the ball inside. Cannon with the carry. Touchdown, Nazareth.
Well, both linebackers just watched him go right through him, John, there. They look like they're having a hard time identifying where the ball is, and I think they're really conscious of getting beat on the pass play now, so they're a little hesitant. And that time, 21 McKinney just went right up the middle on Geneseo for the touchdown.
21-7 to score with 1:40 left in this first quarter.
Well, right now, Geneseo's defense is going to have to decide if they just want to go attack mode or fall back and try to defend that pass. But one way or the other, you got to try to get some pressure on that quarterback if you want to be successful.
PAT kick coming for Nazareth. Kicks up. It's going to be good to make the score 21-7 here in this first quarter. 1:40 left in this first quarter. And the score, as you heard me, 21-7, Nazareth on top of the Maple Leafs.
Well, we knew LaGrange coming in was going to be a good team, explosive. We knew they did a little 50-50, half run, half pass. But right now that offense looks very good out here against Geneseo's defense. And Geneseo's going to have to find a way to stop them here.
11 plays, 71 yards that time for Nazareth Academy. 5 minutes and 15 seconds of this first quarter. 12-yard run by Cannon. PAT was good to make the score 21-7.
Well, one thing we know about, we just saw Jacob Cuban run at 91 yards after the last score, so you be anxious to see. They got Patton back there with him as well as Peel, if they're going to try to kick away from Cuban or continue to kick to him and just take their chances, because anytime he touches that football, he's a threat to go to the distance, John.
What we're going to have to do now is get that offense on the field and just eat some clock here, keep their offense off the field is what we're going to have to do.
Well, yeah,
we'll take a kickoff return all the way for a touchdown, but if we get the offense on there, we need to have a long, sustained drive here.
You got to keep this game within a couple scores before it gets away from you, and right now it's very early, obviously, 1:40 before the end of this first quarter.
Kickoff from the left hash mark this time. They alternate left and right, it seems like. Once again, that's going to come down, and it's going to come up short this time. No, Cuban still get it at the 15-yard line. Looking for the seam. Number 16 gets it back to the 30-yard line. Nice return, though, from the 10 to 20-yard return. And Geneseo's offense will come on the field here. And as I said, Josh, maybe our secret will be to keep our offense on the field and keep their defense on the field here the rest of this quarter and the first part of the second. They'll break the huddle. Up to the line they come. 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. Geneseo with the ball, going from the south to the north. They shift formations now. Ryan and Panicucci in the backfield. Panicucci with the carry, number 31. Plows forward, gets over the about up to the 24-yard line, 23 and a half they'll call it. Picks up a nice gain that time for the Leafs.
That's just a 21 sweep to the far side. Student body left, and everybody just follows him, creates a hole. And last week had great success with Panicucci being the pace setter there on the dispatch. And that time he was able to pick up a hard 3. Going to bring up 2nd and 7 from the Geneseo 32-yard line.
Up we come. Miller brings them up, sets them tight. Wing back to the right side. Hamer, the quarterback. Turner sets himself on this near side. Counter play near side. Nice seam that time for number 35 or 38 in the carry that time. Logan Patton from that wing back position moves it out to about the 38-yard line. Bring up a 3rd and short for the Leafs.
That's a Geneseo play called the counter. It's just you misdirection. You look like you're going to go back to the left side, and then you have another back, which is Patton coming back in the counter play. And that time, LaGrange Park had one guy to slow him up, and that was it, John. They got totally fooled. So something to watch for in the future. Going to bring up a 3rd and we'll call it 3rd and 1 right now. There's discussion here by the referees to decide.
Some problems on the field as far as the down markers weren't turned so it can be visible by the opposing players or anybody on the field. Well, now they're going to reset the clock. They let the clock run that whole time. There's 26 seconds left in the first quarter. Scores 21-7. Nazareth Academy over the Maple Leafs as Nazareth came out on all cylinders here to open up this game, and they're not letting up.
Well, yeah, they came out to play football, John. Obviously, this is their home crowd. They haven't, they talked about it before the game. This is only their first time getting past the first round in the last 25 years or something like 20 years. So they're very excited. They came out excited, and they put it to Geneseo right off the bat. But 21-7 here, Geneseo's offense, third and a short one.
At the 39-yard line. Wishbone formation behind Hamer. Going to give the ball to Panacucci, finds a seam, number 31, over the 50 down into Nazareth territory. Nice play that time by Geneseo. Nice hole. That's what we want to see.
Well, Geneseo's offense only been out there one series because of the return by Cuban, but that time the offensive line created a nice hole on that left side behind B.J. Weber and Poseen there with the Beiser as well. And Geneseo's offense starting to roll here at midfield, 1st and 10. And one thing we like to see, the Geneseo's offense, they can wear you down, John, if they're out there long enough.
Our lone score of the game so far in this first quarter was a 90-yard kickoff return by Cuban. We'll come to the line of scrimmage with 7 seconds left. No need to hurry here. Inside 3 seconds now. We're not going to get the play off before the end of the first quarter. So at the end of 1 quarter of play here at Nazareth Academy in LaGrange Park, it's Nazareth Academy 21, the Green Machine 7. We'll be back after this.
This TV50 telecast is sponsored in part by Chicago Street Decorating Center, Vandamore Funeral Homes, Farmers National Bank, Holland & Sons, Hazelwood Homes, Geneseo Dairy Queen, ProTech Auto Body, Turpins of Geneseo, Geneseo Municipal Electric Utility, Geneseo Telephone Company, Northside Rexall Drug, Hammond Henry Hospital, B&B Lawn Equipment and Cyclery, Geneseo Good Samaritan Village, Central Bank, Geneseo, Becker & Becker, Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing. Please patronize these fine businesses and let them know you appreciate their support of this TV50 telecast.
Welcome back as we get set to start this second quarter of action here in this second round playoff game, Class 5A, as the Green Machine on a drive here to start this second quarter. Geneseo down by the score of 21-7 as Nazareth Academy came out here very strong to start the first quarter, and Geneseo had to answer with one lone kickoff return by Cuban. But we're on a roll right now, 1st and 10 in Nazareth territory are the Maple Leafs. Maple Leafs in their white jerseys, yellow pants, yellow helmets.
Well, you hope we weather the storm there, John. Of course, Nazareth came out 7 plays in 2 minutes and put 14 quick points up, but Geneseo answered with a 90-yard kickoff return by Cuban, and now Geneseo's offense rolling, 1st and 10 from the LaGrange 49.
Turner out wide to the right side for Geneseo. Now DeBeiser jumps formation from one tight end, sets himself tight on the right side. Now the wingback comes in motion, going to give the ball to Ryan. Ryan, number 33, he's rumbling there. You got a first down. Austin Ryan from the fullback off the right side. Picks up about 12 yards on the carry. Have a nice run by Austin Ryan, number 33.
Well, number 33 is a senior, 6'2", 215, and this is a playoff game. If you don't win this game, you go home and you don't advance. And you can tell by all that senior leadership up there, leadership that he brings out, the 6'2", 215-pound, that time running very big through the middle for a first down. And Geneseo in business here at the LaGrange 38-yard line, 1st and 10.
Up they come. Turner for Geneseo sets out wide to left side. Hamer, the quarterback, wing back on that right side is Panacucci. Now we shift formation once again as DeBeiser sets himself tight on the left side. Panacucci goes in motion. Second man through is going to get the carry. Number 31 fighting for yards. Gets it over the 35, right at the 35. Give him 2 yards on the carry for Panacucci. The senior, once again, number 31, picks up, let's call him 2 yards on the carry.
Well, he was the savior last week with over 100 yards, and this time, once again, the offensive line starting to move people back. It seems like out there now, LaGrange Park doesn't seem as big as they did the first quarter, John.
Yep, we got our blood pumping now a little bit after that bus ride. Nice this morning seeing the bus pull out from away from school, and a bunch of us went up and cheered them on as they left the parking lot. Up we come now, second, and let's go 2nd and 7 for the Leafs. The ball sits on the 35-yard line in the Nazareth Academy. Wingback goes in motion. That time, the halfback looking to string it out. Oh, nice speed that time. Oh. Nice break that time on the carry. Logan Patton, nice juke to the outside, cut it back up. First down, Geneseo. That was a beautiful run by Logan Patton, number 38.
Well, he waited till he got his block, and as soon as he got that block, he cut it up and he hit another gear, and that time Geneseo's offense, Panacucci had a nice block to spring him there to put the linebacker right on his behind, and right now Geneseo's offense rolling, John. 1st and 10 from the LaGrange. We'll call it the 25-yard line.
10:35 left in the second quarter. Geneseo's down by the score, 21-7. Wishbone formation in the backfield, tight set. Turner and DeBiser set at the ends. They give a second man this time. Panacucci with the carry, jumps over the pile. Still going to give him 2 yards as he jumped over the top of the pile, came down at the 22, 23-yard line for the Leafs.
Well, Geneseo's offensive line doing a nice job up front and starting to push people back. You can see that a lot of these games are won right there in the trenches between these linemen and the defensive line. And it started out this first quarter that Geneseo was starting to get dominated a little bit up front, but now you can see that they woke up a little bit, realized they're in the playoff game, and Geneseo's offensive line starting to dominate a little bit and creating some nice holes. Going to bring up 2nd and 8 from the LaGrange 24, call it the 23-yard line.
9:50 left in the second quarter. Geneseo's down by the score, 21-7. Double wing set. Panacucci comes in motion, fake handoff, gives the ball to Austin Ryan in the back. A little mixed up in the backfield between Hamer and Austin Ryan. The mesh wasn't real good in the handoff. It'll bring up a 3rd and long for the Leafs. And ball will be set down about the 21-yard line of 22-yard line of Nazareth Academy.
Well, we talked about Austin Ryan getting his first start, the 6'2" senior, and that time you could tell a little bit the rhythm not there quite as good as it's been in the past, and that time Hamer just bumped him a little bit and threw him off rhythm. They were able to get about a yard, but it's going to bring up, we'll call it 3rd and 7 from the 22-yard line. Big 3rd down here, wind to their back, maybe a chance at a field goal if they don't get this converted.
And Geneseo will probably use a timeout. Geneseo uses their first timeout here in this second half, or in this first half, with 9:40 left on the clock. Scored 21-7. Nazareth Academy on top of the Maple Leafs.
Well, you just get a totally different feel out here for the second quarter compared to the first, John, with LaGrange Park coming out here and just jumping on Geneseo and basically shocked this crowd, and I think shocked a lot of Geneseoans when they came out here and put quick 14 up. But Geneseo's answered since then with a 90-yard kickoff return by Cuban, and that was just basically a shot of adrenaline for this Geneseo team, because ever since then they've come out here. Defensively, they gave up a touchdown again, but they seem like
a lot more fight in the dog.
Yeah, there was a lot of 3rd down conversions compared to just taking it right down the middle like they did the previous couple of drives. And Geneseo's offense, they started here at their about the 30-yard line of their own and just took it right down here on LaGrange, and that's a great sign for Geneseo fans when your offense can just move the ball in chunks. And you talked about a little bit, the longer that offense is out there, the less offense that LaGrange Park can generate, and hopefully a better outcome for Geneseo.
So the situation, we come back on the field, ball sets on the 22-yard line of Nazareth Academy. We are in LaGrange Park. Nazareth Academy, a Catholic school here in LaGrange Park. 9:04 left in the second quarter, 21-7. Leafs are down by 2 touchdowns. They're set with a 3rd and 7 at the Nazareth 22-yard line. 2 backs in the backfield. Panacucci at the wing back on the right side. Turner out wide left. Hamer, long count, sends a man in motion. He was second man through that time. Panacucci with the ball, still fighting for yards. Gonna fall forward. He's gonna get inside the 10-yard line. They're inside the 15-yard line. First down.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a flag on the play. Did you pick up what the flag was for?
Well, a couple bodies coming in, flying in late. I wonder if they're gonna get him for a late hit, but it was the back judge there that threw the flag. I hope they don't get Geneseo for a holding here.
That flag was really late, wasn't it? The play was almost over when the flag came flying in, and nobody was really around it.
Well, as the head referee, he's going to talk to the LaGrange, so it's going to go against Geneseo. He's going to probably call a hold here against Geneseo. And negate a great run by Panacucci. Second effort was going to get him the first down, and once again, penalty here going to cost Geneseo big here on this drive.
Weber was in the area where the flag came down at, but certainly no other player around him.
Well, yeah, and that was the head referee that called that. He was probably 10 yards behind the actual line of scrimmage, John.
Up. The flag's going to be picked up and waved off.
Yes, first down.
Going to wave it off.
Well, that's what you like to see when you're a visitor. You don't want to come here and see it the other way. And great job by that offensive line. And Panacucci with 2-3 efforts there to get the first down. It's going to bring up, we'll call it 1st and 10 from the LaGrange 14-yard line.
A lot of lines down in the field towards the end zone as they have this field's a all-weather or field turf field. Now there's discussion on the Nazareth Academy sideline to the referees.
Well, like you mentioned, I think they were going to probably try to call a hold, but the play was so far downfield, John, that a lot of times you can do stuff that once the play's downfield, it doesn't matter in between the tackles.
Wishbone formation behind Hamer. Big overload to the right side. Going to give the ball this time. 38, Patton with the carry, inside down almost to the 5-yard line. He just about broke it free down to the 6-yard line. Patton on the carry, number 38.
Well, that right side of that line, Shane Miller, Jake Martins, Mulder, and Turner created another nice hole. And right now, it's a game of different quarters here. First quarter was all LaGrange Park, and now this second quarter, Geneseo's offense finally got off the bus and start moving here, and it's going to bring up 2nd and 3.
We are able to get a first down before the end zone. We need to get to the 2-yard line for a new set of downs.
7-yard line here.
Now we're going to go overload the left side. Wishbone formation. Overload left side. Hamer, the quarterback, going to go the same play other way. This time with the carry. Panacucci, nothing going that time. Stops him at about the 6, no gain to play. It'll bring up a 3rd down for the Leafs. See where they're going to move. They maybe lost about a half a yard that time. It'll bring up a 3rd. Let's call it 3rd and 4th for the Leafs.
Well, one thing when you get down this area this close to the goal line, you don't have as much field to spread out. And that time, LaGrange Park just elected to just basically put everybody on the line of scrimmage and fire the linebackers. And Geneseo that time, it's hard to block that many guys. And right now, Geneseo facing a big 3rd and 4 here from the LaGrange. We'll call it the 7-yard line.
7:33 left on the clock here in the first half. Geneseo is down by the score 21-7. Wing back right side. Overload once again to the left side. Gonna go sweep play into the boundary, short side of the field. Patton with the carry, stumbles forward to the 5. Gonna be short of the first down. He may have had a seam there, but kind of stumbled as he started to cut back against the grain and bring up a 4th down for the Leafs. I think we'll probably, we've got about 4th and a long 1.
Johnson looks like he's gonna call a play and send it in here.
We gotta go.
4th and 1, 7:04 left before halftime. Geneseo down 21-7. Biggest play of this game as far as Geneseo's offense concerned.
Coach gonna send the play in with Brighton Kincaid, who alternates with Poseen, bringing the plays in and out.
A lot of time here.
6:38 left on the clock in this first half. Geneseo, it'll be a 4th and 1 at the Nazareth 5-yard line. Turner goes out wide left. The Buys are set tight on that same side. Second man through, going to get the ball. Touchdown, Geneseo!
Yes!
Panacucci off the left side, takes it in, dives across the inline. Touchdown, the Maple Leafs.
Well, I tell you what,
they're going to call it a touchdown, aren't they?
Yeah, that's our judge here called touchdown.
All right. He was very close to the end zone, right at the goal line as he dove for it. Panacucci came up limping a little bit, and he limps himself over the sideline. Nice set of plays, nice drive that time by the Maple Leafs. Lemke comes on for the PAT, the sophomore. Snaps high, but brought down, kicks up. Gonna go off to the left side a little bit, off the side of his foot goes Luke Lemke. Again, the backup to the backup. Johnson is our starting kicker out for this game. And then Reschke, in all intents and purposes, was the backup, but Shane is just not up to it yet as far as kicking the ball after that broken foot, broken leg. And Lemke had to come up with a sophomore team to do the kicking, so give him a chance here, folks.
They need to get over there and settle him down because Luke Lemke's a good kicker. And he's a sophomore, moved up, got thrown in that position, and right now they just need to calm him down because he can make those kicks. I'm sure there's a lot of nerves when he runs out of there on that field. And right now that was a big extra point, though. It's going to put Geneseo down only 8, but the positive note is Geneseo's offense on the move.
13 plays, 70 yards for the Maple Leafs, 7 minutes and 12 seconds, so that's into the first quarter, start of the second. 5-yard run, touchdown by Panacucci. Kick was no good by Lemke to make the score 21-13, Nazareth Academy.
Well, you only hope that extra point, that 1 point that you kind of take for granted every once in a while doesn't come back to haunt us. But right now we got bigger problems and bigger issues for Geneseo. They got to find a way defensively to stop this LaGrange Park and give this back to this offense that was on a roll. And one thing that drive consisted of, it was ball control that was without Cuban. He was on the sideline stretching out, looked like he might have been cramping up a little, John.
It's a cool day to here today. Sun drenched. Here's a kick by Lemke. Going to poke it up high. He's going to drop it. He's going to hit the ground. That's always a live ball. Number 42 with the carry. Right, nice job by the. Oh, they're working somebody over there in the middle of the field.
Well, yeah,
they were kneeing Austin Ryan at about the 35-yard line. That nobody saw that, I guess, huh?
Yeah, the referee right there, and he didn't throw the flag. So I guess what goes around comes around, John. That just means that Geneseo can fight back that same same aggression. So defensively, got to come out here and make a stop.
2 left, 2 right for the receivers for Nazareth. DeBiser's on the coverage out wide to the near far side. Peel and Rashke near side. Linebackers walk up. Now they jump back. Back by himself is McKinney. Long count by the quarterback. Going to give the ball up the middle to Cannon, number 12. Trying to get outside. He does get outside. Down close to the 40-yard line. Knocked out of bounds at that point. First down by Nazareth.
Well, those linebackers of Geneseo got to do a better job of recognizing the play call there. And right now, McKinney's getting 10 yards before he's even touched, and he's getting outside. He's getting through the first line of Geneseo's defense, and then the linebackers aren't quick enough to stay with him, and he breaks it outside. And right now, Geneseo's defense has to find a way to get this offense of LaGrange Park off this field.
Once again, they spread our defense with 2 receivers out wide each side. They're going to drop back the pass. They're going to get the ball downfield. Number 12's wide open, incomplete. Now he did catch the ball after the gain of about 5. Cannon was wide open as he came from that slot back.
Well, that time Geneseo's secondary lost out there a little bit, John. They actually run into spots instead of running where the receiver's at. And right now they're going to have to try to find a way because we've seen it all game long. They're a 50-50 team. They're going to pass it as much as throw it, as run it. And that time they just got Geneseo for a quick 6-yard pass.
Moves the ball out to the 47-yard line of Nazareth. 2 wide receivers both sides. 1 back in the backfield is McKinney. Now they'll send Cannon in motion across the formation. Now he'll set up in the backfield. Gives the ball up the middle, trying to bounce it outside this time. Goes McKinney with the ball, number 21. He may find a seam. He may go all the way. He's going to go all the way. Touchdown, McKinney. That'll be a 53-yard run by McKinney. Touchdown over in front of the Geneseo student body on their side of the field.
Well, Geneseo's defense just looks lost out there right now. They're getting beat by the pass. They're getting beat by the run. And that time McKinney again on the outside wasn't even touched. You got to keep your lanes and you got to force them in where the help's at. And right now, Geneseo's coaching staff's got to put a plan together to try to slow down this LaGrange Park offense that just looks explosive, John.
That was a simple handoff, and he just bounces it outside, and away he goes.
Well, that's something the passing can do. It can really open you up offensively to the run because you're thinking pass the whole way.
They'll come on and try the PAT on a kick. Snap's good. And just barely gets over the crossbar for good to make the score 28-13. Nazareth Academy on top of the Maple Leafs.
Well, that's something you didn't want to see, especially Geneseo fans, that you're going to have to match them point for point. And we saw Geneseo's offense really take charge, but it was a seven-minute drive here with 5:27 left before half. You're going to have to find a way to get more points on this board before halftime, and then at halftime you're going to have to regroup. Obviously, defensively, you're going to have to try to find a way to shut down this Nazareth team who's put up 28 quick points, 5:27 left before half. Geneseo down 28-13. Well, it's good to see Cuban back there again. He was, like we talked about, stretched out a little bit. He came back on defense, but it was only 3 or 4 plays. And right now, Nazareth's got 21 points, John, on about less than 10 plays.
You're right. We have to keep that offense off the field because once they get on there, they're just lightning as soon as they touch the ball. Well, McKinney and Cameron are tough as far as running backs in the backfield, but then you throw in the quarterback the way he can throw the ball. They're pretty potent back there.
And number 38, Logan Patton.
Nazareth Academy from the
Number 10,
East Suburban Catholic League.
Kicking off for Nazareth Academy.
Well, by far one of Geneseo's toughest opponents offensively that we've seen all year.
Cuban back deep at his own 5. See what they do here as far as kicking the ball, if they'll kick it to him or not. They're not going to kick it to him. They go with an onside kick. Going to be fielded down there by number 26, one of the carry for Geneseo on the return. Taylor Cherry brings it back to the 36-yard line. Now it's time for the offense to come on, eat some clock in front of the end zone. 28-13, Nazareth Academy on top of the Maple Leafs.
Well, that's one advantage of them kicking away from Cuban. Geneseo obviously going to get good field position here at the 35-yard line, and with 5:22 left, we saw that offense really get rolling here that last drive. So Geneseo's got to find a way to match points with LaGrange Park here if they want to stay in this ballgame.
Looking for the ball. Geneseo doesn't have their football on the field.
Right now, nobody seems to know what's going on here.
Geneseo's football. Nobody can find who's got the football. And it's still down at the far end zone. They still haven't got it back on the field from the extra point by.
Yeah, it's
extra point by.
They were trying to blame Geneseo, but it was actually security here at the field that had the ball, and I think it took everything he had to run it to the 30, John, by the looks of him.
If I have it corrected, Nazareth Academy has to kick with our footballs, and we kick with theirs. All right, up we come. 1st and 10 Leafs from their own 36-yard line. Going to go overload left side, wishbone formation behind Hamer, the quarterback number 14, the senior. Going to go sweep outside this time. Cuban with the block out front by DeBiser. Nothing going. Ball's on the ground, fumbled out of bounds, but I believe it was down before he fumbled it. Boy, they strung that one out as Cuban tried to find the corner and couldn't make it. Number 16.
Well, I think you're going to find out, especially Geneseo is going to find out that outside's probably not the way to go against this LaGrange team. Very fast, very quick. That time did a great job of spreading it out. Something that Geneseo needs to do on defensively, spread it out and then make the tackles. I think Geneseo's going to have to go right back and just pound it right up the middle here with 5:15 left in this before halftime. Geneseo still trailing 28-13.
Loss of a yard in the play, moves it back to the 35-yard line, 34-yard line of the Leafs. Tight formation this time for the Maple Leafs. Going to give the ball to Cuban this time, trying to cut up against Grain. Gets over the 35-yard, gain of 2 on the play. On the carry was Cuban on the carry. Gets the ball right at the 35. Will bring up a 3rd and 10 for the Maple Leafs.
Well, this is a big 3rd down. You got to convert here, otherwise you're going to have to punt this ball back to that offense. And right now, that time it looked like the safety even blitzed John. They had everybody coming in the line of scrimmage. Geneseo packing them in tight, showing no threat of pass. They just tried to run it up the middle that time, and there's just too many bodies.
Nazareth comes up with a 3-man front. 3 linebackers. Now they come down with 4 linemen, down linemen. Going to drop back to pass this time. Gets the ball downfield to Turner. Incomplete. Will bring up a 4th down for the Maple Leafs.
That time they left Patton in the backfield to help block that weak side tight end, or excuse me, defensive end. He had him open, just got a little hurry there and threw it. Now it's going to be a punting situation for Robertson to come back on here. And unfortunately for Geneseo, with 4:31 left here before halftime, they're going to have to give this ball back to the LaGrange Park offense that hasn't been stopped.
And he'll be kicking into, feels like he's kicking into a little bit of a breeze.
It's almost a crosswind here. It keeps there for a while, it dies out, then it picks back up. So it's to be an interesting kick here for Geneseo.
Looks like they're bringing 9 guys on the rush. Nice snap, back to Caleb. Nice high kick. Belly gear back on the defense. They're going to go to the near side. That's a clip right there.
Yeah.
That was a clip right in front of the referee. That was almost not like he was even holding up. That time he clipped him well right in front of us here on the return. That'll be a big penalty against Nazareth Academy. Panicucci is slow to get up, but he'll stay on the field.
Well, yeah,
on the defensive side of the ball.
That's as blatant as you can get, right in front of the referee. Put him right in the back against the only guy that was back there. But Geneseo's going to back him up here a little bit defensively. Looks like LaGrange Park's going to start probably close to their 25-yard line. But Geneseo's defense has to step up here, John. They got to find a way to get this LaGrange Park. No more points before the halftime at least, and you got to give it back to your offense, hopefully, to get this game within manageable distance here. 28-13, Geneseo trailing with 14-19.
4:19 left, yeah. 4:19 left here in the second quarter. Wide left, wide right they go. Once again, does Nazareth Academy. One back in the backfield by himself. Now let's send McKinney in motion. A lot of people moving up front. Looked like the guard for Nazareth jumped off sides.
Well, that's going to help. It's going to cost him 5 yards. It's going to put him in 1st and 15. And once again, with 4:16 left before the end of this first half, Geneseo trailing 28-13. Defensively, they've got to find a way to stop the run up the middle, and they've got to find a way to not to give up the big pass play.
Up front for Nazareth, the center is 215. The guards are 230 and 260. The tackles are 305 and 345. The wide receivers, one of them 6'3", number 83. Which is a tall target. Number 81 is also 6'3". So a lot of high, big targets out there. Throw that ball to. Tight end stays in tight this time. One back in the backfield. Man coverage by Geneseo. Walk the ends off to Beiser and Turner on the same side of the field. Drop back to pass. Gets the ball downfield. And it's completed down at the 45-yard line. Cuban just missed a step as he turned. Quarterback put the ball right in the receiver's hands at the 45. He just stumbled forward down into Geneseo territory to the 45.
Well, I'd have to look at some stats, John, but I haven't seen the ball hit the ground yet for LaGrange Park. And that time they're putting Cuban out there on an island, speed for speed, but he's also given up about 4 inches. And that time he just threw it over the top of him again. And once again, just when you have him backed up, they score a big strike here. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the Geneseo 45.
Shotgun formation. First and 10 from the Geneseo 45-yard line. Defense steps around, moves around out there. Going to drop back to pass once again. Got a receiver open near side. Nice move after he catches the ball. Posty on the tackle at the 35-yard line. Falls forward to the 33. Two defenders out there, but just couldn't break up the pass.
You know, coaching staff's got to get with these DBs. I'm sure they saw film. You have to identify the wide receiver. That time they're just not identifying. They're running to a spot, and they're giving the wide receiver 5-6 yards to catch it and then try to make a tackle. And that's just not going to cut it against a quarterback that can sling it out there as fast as this guy can for LaGrange.
3:45 on the clock. In this first half, Geneseo's down by the score 28-13. Two receivers, now they're going to try to put some pressure on him. Backside, Panacucci's looking to come across for interception.
Nice.
That's good, that's what we need. On the catch was interception. Late hit there.
Flag. There it is.
Yeah, interception was by Reschke. And then Nazareth Academy, finally they catch him with one of those late hits. Just levels Cuban way away from the ball after the whistle was blown.
Well, we've seen it all game long. They've been hitting after the whistle, and basically that was just a cheap shot on 79. And you'd expect a little bit more from a Catholic school here, John, at their own field, but that was just blatant on Cuban, and that's going to cost them 15 yards. But better yet, they got the interception, got the turnover to get this offense. That's basically the only thing that stopped LaGrange Park all game long.
79 with a hit there after the whistle. 6'2", 245 takes on Cuban at 175 pounds.
Basically walking back to the huddles when he hit him.
Yep.
That was.
But Reschke with a nice interception at about the 10-yard line was able to return it back to the 18.
Well, 3:26 left before half. Geneseo, after they mark off this personal foul for a late hit,
moves the ball out to the 33-yard line. First and 10.
Geneseo's offense got to find a way to produce some points here before half, trailing 28-13.
Turner comes out wide to the left side of the offense for the Leafs. Wing back on that same side as Patton. Whistle was blown before the ball was snapped. I don't see any flag or anything.
Well, the referee obviously saw something there that he wanted to pick up. I can't tell.
He did go up. He walked up and picked something up and put it in his pocket.
I don't know if it was a piece of equipment there, loose change or what, but he...
candy wrapper, I don't know. Maybe it's a coin he has to flip it before the game. I don't know, but...
I don't think it's going to be a penalty. I think it's going to be first down. Geneseo, first and 10 from the Geneseo 33-yard line here. Offensively, Geneseo going to run a new fresh play in here with number 73.
Poseen comes out, and Brighton Kincaid runs it in. Up we come. He'll stay at left guard. Right guard is Martins. First and 10 Leafs. Drop back to pass by Hamer. Let's get the ball out to Turner. Number 9 still on his feet. Gets about 3 yards on the reception.
Well, that time you saw actually the safety come up, looked like he was going to blitz John. And as soon as he realized it was a pass, he basically didn't know what to do because he wasn't expecting that. And that's one thing you have to try to do is open this offense up, obviously with 3:03 counting down here before the halftime. Geneseo facing a 2nd and 8 from their own 35-yard line.
Moves the ball to the 35-yard line. Turner comes out wide to the left side of the offense. Wing back on the same side as Patton. Panacucci wing back on the right side. Fullback is Austin Ryan, going to sprint out action this near side. Looking to get the ball. They're all over. Hamer still on his feet. Gets it back to the 30-yard line. Ducked one tackle, but couldn't duck the other one coming at him. They're coming full throttle right after the quarterback drop for a 5-yard loss. It'll bring a third. Let's call it third and about 13 for the Leafs.
Well, they're just pinning their ears back that time. Rush 6, put 4 back in coverage, and Geneseo only elected to put 2 guys out in the pass route. So that left basically 2-on-2. 2 guys on 1 Geneseo man. He had nobody to do. He did a nice job of actually getting away from the initial pressure, but then basically had nobody to throw it to and had to eat it. It's going to bring up 3rd and 13 now from the Geneseo 30.
Turner goes wide left. DeBiser sets tight on the right side. 2 backs in the backfield. Patton goes in motion. Going to give the ball to Patton, number 38, looking for a seam. Gets it over the 35 to the 37-yard line. It'll bring up a 4th down for the Leafs, but gets us a little bit out of the hole there. It'll bring up a 4th and about 5 for the Leafs.
Well, Geneseo's had a lot of success running up the middle that time. It just, obviously with the minute 51 left before halftime, it kind of made Geneseo rush themselves a little bit and had to throw the ball, and unfortunately gave up a big sack. So Now facing a 4th and 5, it looks like Geneseo is probably going to be forced to punt this football back to LaGrange, who uses one of their timeouts.
Nazareth Academy from LaGrange Park calls a timeout, their first timeout here in this first half. Geneseo has 2 timeouts remaining.
Well, they're going to have to give this ball, unfortunately, back to LaGrange with about 1:51 left in the game, and we've seen it all day. But the last possession by LaGrange offensively, we saw Geneseo actually get a little pressure from Panacucci, which made him rush that throw, and it was a high throw, and he got it picked off. So hopefully that's a good sign of things to come. If we can get some pressure and rattle this quarterback a little bit, maybe he won't just be able to sit back there comfortably and deliver the ball.
So Geneseo does send their punt unit back out on the field.
Well, one thing Geneseo defensively obviously going to have to, they're going to have to shut this LaGrange team out here before half and then come out here in the second half. Obviously Geneseo going to get the ball and start the second half, so they had that in their favor, but right now with 1:51 left before halftime, they're going to give this ball back to an explosive offense.
It doesn't take much for that offense. They're not going to even send anybody back deep to return the ball. Now Cannon drops back. He'll go back to the number 12, go back to the 20, back to his own 30-yard line to field his punt from Caleb Robertson. Caleb stands at his own 25. Snap, it turner's back good. Nice kick that time by Caleb. Going to drive him deep. Going to let that ball roll. It's going to come down at about the, now it's going to roll out of bounds at the 10-yard line. Nice kick by Caleb Robertson.
Well, it seems like the second half of this season, that kicker, Caleb Robinson's done a great job. We saw a 70-yarder that time. This time with the wind to his back, and Geneseo, before halftime, puts him at the 10-yard line.
That's going to be close to a 60-yard punt that time.
Well, with
by Robertson.
1:40 left before halftime. Geneseo trailing 28-13, going to give this ball back to LaGrange on their own 10-yard line. And I believe they have 2 timeouts still left.
2 receivers left, 2 right. Looking for some pressure from the defense up front. Deppy's in at one end. DeBiser at the near side. Now he's getting flushed out of the pocket. Still on his feet, going downfield. Geneseo's flushed him out of the pocket. Looks to get the ball off, and he does get it off out of the 19-yard line. They pushed him all over the end zone there, but just couldn't get him down. And he gets the ball off and completes a pass at the 19-yard line. They'll be short of the first down.
Well, Geneseo yet to get a sack or anything close to a pressure-wise. That time they got him rolling out. But I think it was just a coverage, basically coverage made him roll out there a little bit, John. They got to find a way here on 2nd and 2 to get at this quarterback and get him flustered.
Now they'll send 3 receivers out to this left side of our defense. DeBiser in on this near side. Going to give the ball. Now he's going to drop back the pass, looking for a receiver across the middle. DeBiser going to put some pressure on him. Ball's completed. We're all over that ball. We just didn't see it.
Geneseo's DBs have no idea where that ball's at. They haven't all half. They're doing a nice job that time of finding the receiver, but that time Geneseo's defender had his back to the ball, and basically you're not going to stop that ever if you don't watch where that ball's at. He's got to be able to turn his head when that ball's in the air, and unfortunately for Geneseo, they're not being able to do that. First and 10.
Ball is at the 25-yard line of Nazareth Academy. They're going to drop back the pass once again. Got to get some pressure down. Ball goes downfield. It's completed on the coverage. He's down.
Well,
completed, and he's down after the catch, right at the point of the catch. The coaching staff on the other side is just going nuts.
But I think they wanted to get to the line here and maybe spike it and try to save a timeout. But right now, Geneseo's DBs have just lost out there, John. They have to realize who he's throwing to. It's basically pitch and catch. They're giving him 5 yards, let him catch it, and then tackle it. And that's not going to do anything out here defensively.
So the conversation on the far sideline with the
well, his knee was down. Looked like he caught it, and his knee touched down, so they ruled him down. And I think he's trying to say that he didn't touch, but they called him down.
They just squatted. Okay. 1 minute left on the clock. 28-13. Nazareth Academy on top of the Maple Leafs. Nazareth with the ball, 1st and 10. At their own 38-yard line, 37-yard line.
Should be winding this clock.
3 receivers near side. Drop back the pass, little sprint out action. Trying to get the ball across the middle of the field. The receiver catches the ball at the 44-yard line, still on his feet. He's going to be short of the first down. They're going to bring up a 2nd down for Nazareth at their own 47-yard line. No huddle by Nazareth. Geneseo gets off the pile with 39 seconds left. Need some pressure to sack the quarterback here. Drop back the pass. And they put the ball up long.
There you go.
It's going to be intercepted by Geneseo at the 25-yard line. Stride for stride goes Cuban that time. He looks at the ball and makes the interception. maybe that's the turn of the tables here to start this, get ready to start this second half. But with 26 seconds left, Geneseo makes the interception. And Geneseo's offense will come on the field for a last couple plays here before half, down by the score of 28-13.
Well, that's what can happen when you know where the ball's at, John. That time Cuban did a great job running stride for stride. Wasn't looking at the pass or the ball until the last 5-10 yards till it came into him, turned his head, made a nice job at the ball. And that's what you want to see out of your DBs right there, is because basically that quarterback's just letting her fly up there and letting his receivers make a play. DBs have just as much right to that football as they do.
Geneseo comes to the line of scrimmage, all intense. Looks like they're just going to snap the ball and take a knee here to end this first half. And that's what they do. And the clock will run inside 25 seconds now. So now we'll play a second half to come back out and play a second half now. Josh, the score is 28-13 here, and Geneseo takes a knee to end this first half. Geneseo fans give them a round of applause as all the efforts out there, just a little timing just off a little bit for the Maple Leafs here in this first half.
Well, I know it's sad, John, but at 28-13, it's not as bad as it is. It really looks that they've only been able to stop them twice on turnovers. Otherwise, they've went up and down the field. Geneseo actually lucky to be ahead, down only 28-13. So second half, there's a game of two halves. They were down last week 14-7, so they can always come back.
So after one half of play here at Class 5A second round playoff game, it's Nazareth Academy 28, the Green Machine 13. We'll be back after this.
We've told you that All in Stitches specializes in custom embroidery and screen printing. We can create nearly anything you can imagine. Our showroom is stocked with many garments and gift ideas. All in Stitches can also create vinyl signs and banners for any business or personal occasion. Don't forget to check out our newest product, 3-dimensional signs. Outdoor signage for business or even your home. Come in and see what we can do for you at All in Stitches, 100 East Main Street in Geneseo.
Make your dream home happen with Chicago Street Decorating Center in Geneseo. Your home is special. We can help make it unique. From flooring of all types to premium cabinetry, paint and design ideas that will transform your ideas into brilliant reality. Why go anywhere else? For all your home remodeling ideas, make it happen at Chicago Street Decorating Center.
Chicago Street Decorating Center. Homes happen here.
I can work hard all day, every day if I have to. But I don't plow fields, harvest crops, or milk cows. I'm no farmhand. I'm the farm boss from Steel. The #1 selling brand of chainsaw in the world. Are you ready for me? Are you ready for a Steel?
After a century of service,
100 years.
experience counts.
100 years.
That's what you get here
100 years.
at Central Bank, Illinois, celebrating 100 years. Member FDIC.
Welcome back as we get set to bring you all the action of this second half of play, the Class 5A second round playoff game against Nazareth Academy here in LaGrange Park, Illinois. Geneseo's down by the score of 28-13 as we get set to start this second half. And Nazareth Academy is very, very slow getting back on the field and getting ready to play. Geneseo's been very well prepared to get started here for about the last 5 minutes, and they're just now, Nazareth is getting back on the field to open up this second half. Geneseo will receive the ball to open up the second half. Back deep goes Cuban. He'll stand down at his 5-yard line. Once again, the kicker does not line up in the middle of the field. This time he lines up to the right side, the right hash mark. Right ahead of him is Danny Kernan, number 45. Easy to spot with the club on his left hand after that broken finger. And here we go to start the second half. Going to kick the ball, see if they'll kick it deep. This time they'll go onside once again. Going to bounce several times, picked up by 38 on the carry. That time was Logan Patton. Trying to pick up if it was 30 or 38, but it's Patton on the carry. Brings it back to the 33-yard line, 32-yard, let's call it 33-yard line for the Leafs. And that's what will take over 1st and 10 to start this second half. Down by the score of 28-13.
Well, once again, LaGrange Park decides to just swim it down the field, trying to keep it away from Cuban there. That obviously the big run there in the first half for the touchdown. So Geneseo offensively going to start at their own 33-yard line, 1st and 10 on their first drive of this second half.
Hamer at quarterback. Austin Ryan, the fullback, number 33. Wingback Patton goes in motion. Going to give it to Austin Ryan up the middle. Big pile up right there at the point of attack. Austin Ryan goes down. Marking maybe a yard on the play. Up front for Geneseo.
Number 79, Tim Anderson. Helping out number 30, John
Miller at center. Flanked by Poseen or Brighton Kincaid at the guard position. B.J. Weber, number 71. DeBiser at the end position. Jake Martins, number 62, the junior at the right guard. Mulder, number 77, the senior at the right tackle. Turner at the other end. Turner this time goes out wide to the right side of the offense. 2nd and 9 for the Leafs. Wingback goes in motion. Patton gives the ball second man this time. Patton's going to try to get outside. He may find a seam, trying to still bounce it outside around the corner, still on his feet. He's going to go over at the 50-yard line. First down by Patton. He just kept on juking him over there. Patton on a nice run. Number 38, the junior.
Showing a little speed out there on that side. Put a nice juke move inside to make him think he's going to come inside. He froze the DB, and that time once the DB was froze, he just made a quick move to the outside, and that time didn't have a chance of catching up with him. First down. And one thing you did see, you saw about 4 or 5 LaGrange Park guys tackle Austin Ryan right there in the middle lane. They thought he had the football, and that's one thing Geneseo offense is going to go through their fullback, whether he's got the ball or faking it. Nice job by Geneseo's offense. 1st and 10 from midfield.
Nazareth comes up with a 4-down lineman. Linebackers walk off about 5 yards from the line of scrimmage. Then they walk up just as the ball's being snapped. Crossbuck action in the backfield this time. Panacucci on the carry, give him 4 yards on the carry. That'll bring up a 2nd and 6, maybe a 2nd and 5 for the Leafs and LaGrange and Nazareth Academies.
Yeah, that's
46-yard line, I'm marking.
I tell you what, they need a couple more names in that school, and that as you said up there,
Yep.
Geneseo's offensive line really starting to move back. It's not that the academy doesn't realize what Geneseo's doing. They're stacking the line. It's just this offensive line starting to move people, and this is exactly what you want to see coming out of halftime is a nice ball control drive. Geneseo facing 2nd and 6 from the Nazareth, we'll call it the 46-yard line.
Nazareth Academy on the defense, again, 4-down linemen. 4 linebackers. They'll run up as soon as that ball's getting ready to be snapped. Option play. Hamer's going to keep the ball himself this time. Give him about 3 on the carry that time. I'll bring up a 3rd and short, maybe 3rd and 2 for the Maple Leafs.
Well, that time it looked like maybe an option. It almost looked like he might have missed the handoff there, John. It actually had Panacucci coming this way for an option play. He just decided to tuck it up and run and get the yardage he could. And big 3rd and 2, call it 3rd and 3 from the Nazareth 43-yard line. Geneseo needs this to convert, move the chains.
Miller brings him up. Wishbone formation behind him, the quarterback. Gives the ball this time. Patton going to be short of the first down. It's going to bring up 4th down for the Leafs. I think maybe you go for it here, Josh.
Well, I think you're right.
I don't want to second guess anybody, but I think we do.
It'd be different if you've got, you've seen your defense stand up to this offense of LaGrange, but right now, LaGrange's offense, if you can keep them off the field even for a couple more minutes, it's a plus. And Geneseo's offensive line going to get tested right here. It's going to be 4th and 1 from LaGrange 41-yard line.
Brighton Kincaid runs the play in, 9:19 left on the clock here in the 3rd quarter. Geneseo's down by the score 28-13. Near side fans here.
Well, one thing that
try to get him going here. Turner comes out wide left.
The double go could be a factor here because obviously LaGrange has never seen us.
Up tight. They come up tight. Second man through. He's going to get it. Panacucci looking for a block down. He's going to go to the middle of the field. He's going to go inside the 20-yard and then the 16-yard line goes Panacucci, number 31. What a run that time. Don't worry about getting 1 yard. Let's get 20.
Well, credit that fake right up there in the middle of the quarterback. Obviously, Nick Hamer, the senior, put it right in the belly of the fullback and then just took it right back out and gave it to Panacucci.
23-yard run by Panacucci. Moves the ball down to they marked it about the 18-yard line.
Great ball fake there. LaGrange obviously had a hard time realizing who had the football, and by the time they did, Panacucci had gashed him for 23 yards. Geneseo offense once again rolling 1st and 10 from the LaGrange 18-yard line.
Up they come, line of scrimmage. Miller brings them up, sets them. Hamer turns around, looks at him, moves the divisor tight to the left side. Timeout, Geneseo. Coach Johnson was down at that end of the players, and Turner was out wide that same side, and Coach saw a formation he didn't like. He just yelled at Turner, and Turner turned around and called timeout to the referee.
Well, you hate to see him use a quick timeout. 8:27 left here in the 3rd quarter. Geneseo trailing 28-13, but you're in a position right now where you have to match points. So I'm sure Coach Johnson realizes, just like last week, you can afford to burn them if you get the points because you have to keep matching points with this team. Otherwise, you're basically going backwards. So Coach Johnson, we've seen it do it in the past, basically all season long. If he wasn't sure, he burned a timeout, got the right personnel, got the right play call, and pretty much 9 times out of 10, John, it resulted in a positive play.
Ball sits at the 18-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Leafs. 8:27 left in this third quarter. Geneseo's down by the score of 28-13. They break the huddle on the sideline. They'll go right to the line of scrimmage.
Well, this is the same position we saw him last week throw a pass to DeBiser out of the backfield. So something to look for. I'm sure LaGrange is thinking that we're just going to pound it up the middle. It'd be a nice surprise if they could.
Wing back right side. Now they call him the set. 18-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Leafs. Going towards the south end zone. Sweep play, gonna go wide. Patton with the carry, got a block route, finds the seam, nothing going that time. He was balled up right away at the point of attack.
Well, Geneseo, they called a timeout. They were in a spread formation the first time. That time they brought the tight ends back in tight, and it allowed LaGrange Park to bring about 7-8 guys in the box and just strung it out that time. The sweep, 21 sweep to the far side. It looks like he lost probably a yard. Gonna bring up second, and we'll call it 2nd and 11 from the 19-yard line.
Out wide comes Turner to the left side. DeBiser sits tight in that same side. Wing back on the right side. Second man's going to get it this time. Panicucci, number 31, gets the ball to the 15-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and about 5 for the Leafs.
Well, right now that offensive line
it's going to be more. Excuse me. It's going to be more like 3rd and about 7 for the Leafs.
Well, I think you're in obviously you're in 4-down territories. We saw him go for it on 4th down here from the 40-yard line. So obviously nothing going to be different here on the 15-yard line of LaGrange. Going to bring up, like you mentioned, 3rd and 7. 7:20 counting down here in the third period. Geneseo trailing 28-13, but inside the red zone of LaGrange.
Up we come. Turner goes wide right this time. DeBiser on the same side. Sends a man in motion. Second man through's going to get it. Patton bounces outside inside the 10. Going to be down right at the 10-yard line. It's going to be short of the first down. It'll be 4th down and about 2 for the Leafs.
Well, that time he tried to juke 2 guys there in the open field. He should have probably just put his head down and rammed his way in there, but he's made a nice move to make the end move, missing there for a gain of about 5, which is going to bring up 4th and a long 2.
6:38 left in the third period. Geneseo faced with a 4th and 2. Nose to the football, sits in the 10-yard line.
What's the big play here, John? Second half for this offense.
And the 10-yard line of Nazareth Academy. Turner comes out wide left. 2 backs to backfield. Wing back sits right side. Hamer sends him in motion. He's going to keep the ball himself. Inside the 5, almost a touchdown. Down at about the 1-yard line goes Hamer. He fakes the handoff up tight, just follows the fullback through. It's going to be a 1st down, Maple Leafs, inside the 5-yard line.
Well, right now, LaGrange Park just can't handle us up the middle, John. Outside, they can stop us. Obviously, we haven't thrown the ball, so we haven't given that threat. But up the middle, Geneseo's just been dominating. That time, Hamer pulled it out of the fullback's belly and just rode him up the hole, and almost, like you mentioned, almost a touchdown.
Yep.
1st and goal from the 4-yard line of LaGrange.
Geneseo took the opening kickoff in the second half and marching down inside the 5-yard line now. Inside 6 minutes left in the third quarter. 28 overload right side. Going to give the ball that same side. Goes Patton. Nothing going that time. He's stuffed right at the point of attack. No help there by the white guys up front. Geneseo lineman didn't get a block that time.
No, that time they just let everybody through, and Patton faced the brunt of that. Actually going to lose 2 yards. Going to bring up 2nd and 6. And that's what we mentioned a little bit about. Once you get down in here in this close to the end zone, the field's a lot smaller. And fortunate for LaGrange, they can really pack it in there, and it was able to stop Geneseo.
Turner comes wide left. DeBiser sits tight to the right side. Wing back on the right side, or left side, is Patton. Geneseo jumps off sides that time. I believe Colin jumped that time from the right side.
Yeah,
might give us a little space here to work.
That's going to cost Geneseo 5 for the motion penalty. And right now, like you mentioned, hopefully it'll give Geneseo enough breathing room to open up the offense again, because right now the penalties are the only thing stopping Geneseo's offense right here in the second half.
Moves the ball to the 11-yard line. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 11.
Well, it's 2nd and goal. That's a positive thing. You realize we've seen them go for 4th down twice here, John.
Yep.
This is a 2 downs obviously they're going to go for it on 4th down as well because they need to score a touchdown. So
Cuban checks back into the game, number 16. He hasn't been on the field during this whole series of downs. He'll set himself to the right side of the wingback position. Austin Ryan at fullback, Panicucci on the left side. Turner out wide left for the Leafs. Cuban comes in motion, going to give him a sweep. Got a little bit of seam. Cuban going to go close to inside the 5, down to the 4-yard line goes Cuban. It'll bring up a 3rd in goal from about the 4.
Well, number 30 from LaGrange just tripped him up. Otherwise, Cuban's probably going to walk into that end zone. And we talked about it again, the offensive line creating some nice holes. The running back, that time Cuban didn't even hesitate, just hit the gap and hit it 100 mile an hour. You're in 2-down territory. It's going to bring up third and goal from the 4-yard line of LaGrange. 2 plays to get it in.
They break the huddle, and up comes the Green Machine. They find the line of scrimmage in the left hash mark. Wing backs, Panicucci on the left side. The backfield, Austin Ryan along with Cuban. Goes in motion. Quarterback's going to keep the ball close to the falls forward. He's getting close. He's about the 2-yard line. It's going to be 4th and goal from about the 2-yard line. It looks like from my vantage point, maybe the 3, but it looks like Hamer had a nice pickup though. 4th and goal.
That time he looked like he almost was going to try to take it outside and realize he had the hole. I think if he gives it to Austin Ryan was in the end zone.
Inside the 3-yard line. It's inside the 3-yard, 4th and goal from inside the 3-yard line for the Maple Leafs. Down by the score of 28-13, 4 minutes left on the clock here in this 3rd quarter. Geneseo breaks the huddle and comes up quickly. Ryan in the backfield. Gonna go sweep play. Panicucci with a carry. Touchdown. Yes. He broke the plane. Touchdown, Geneseo. Nathan Panicucci with an effort that can't be outdone to get that ball over the plane of the goal line. Touchdown, Geneseo. The Nazareth Academy players are arguing the call, but Nathan stretched out with that ball just like he did last week in that overtime touchdown to get that ball across the plane of the goal for the touchdown.
Well, he actually paid for it too. Looked like he got a helmet right in the elbow. You saw him kind of carry off his arm and did a nice job of keeping his knee off the ground.
Looks like we're going to stay in and go for 2 here. We'll go for the point after attempt. Try to get 2 points here to get the ball back on the 7s. Scores 28-19.
Well, this is a big play here. This is a chance to cut this game to obviously a 7-point ball game. So this is a big play in this ball game, even though they scored the touchdown.
Patton checks in for Panicucci. And go sweep play. They're going to find that seam once again short of the goal line. Down he goes. So 28-19 is the score. Geneseo makes a big run at the goal line there on the opening kickoff of the second half that puts 6 points on the board. 28-19. I like what I saw out there on the field that time, Josh.
Well, yeah, you like to see that 2-point conversion call. So basically the same play they scored the touchdown on, but you got to tell these guys, you got the momentum. You just drove this whole length of this full field on a LaGrange team who had been dominating the first half, and Geneseo put 6 on the board.
14-play drive, 67 yards, eats up 8 minutes and 14 seconds of the second half of the whole 3rd quarter. Capped off by a 2-yard touchdown run by Panicucci. PAT was no good to leave the score at 28-19.
Well, yeah, Geneseo didn't have less than 100 yards at halftime, John, and then just put 68 right there in the touchdown. So you got the momentum. One thing that obviously the Achilles heel today is Geneseo's defense against this offense. You have to find a way to shut them down and get this ball back to this offense, because you can see what this offense can do. Obviously, LaGrange came out fresh, and you saw what they can do. This offense can really pound you down and wear you out in the 4th quarter.
So Lemke has it teed up at the 40-yard line going towards the south end zone, 28-19. McKinney back deep. Ball's going to come back to Cannon, number 12. Finds a seam. He's on his feet. He's got 2 blockers in front of him. They're going to have to try to catch him on the backside. Over the 40, over the 30. Got a blocker downfield. He's going to go close to the end zone. And there's going to be brought down at the 5-yard line. Big return.
There's got to be a flag.
A flag. Yeah, there's a flag back at the 27-yard line.
I tell you what, you got to credit, looks like, is it 36 out there for Geneseo? No, 38, Logan Patton was basically the safety man. And
no, I think it was Luke Lemke.
Luke Lemke, yeah, right, 36. He's not on my roster because he's a sophomore. He was the safety valve, did a nice job of keeping the runner around, and then when he turned his back to chase, he got caught in the back with an illegal block in the back, and it's going to bring this one back. So big break for Geneseo.
They return the ball down to the 5-yard line, and the flag on the play at the 27 will march off the penalty from there.
And what the sad thing is for LaGrange, he probably didn't have to do that because they had blockers out in front. Fortunate for Geneseo, Lukey, credit the sophomore there for staying with that football play.
So they'll march off 15. Once again, our defense has to come to play here. This will be the first time they've been on the field here in the second half.
Well, this is a spot foul play, so it's not like they're going to bring it all the way back to the 20. LaGrange is going to have great field position.
At the 38-yard line of Geneseo, they'll take over.
And it's not like they needed a lot of field to get this offense rolling. Geneseo's defense has to find a way to keep this offense from putting more points on the board. We got a guy out here.
Out wide, Cuban comes and gets him, 2 receivers each side. Geneseo's defense, now they send a man in motion. Number 81 on the coverage comes out the middle, goes McKinney, right to seam, right up the middle of the field, up to the 30-yard line and brought down. Short of the first down, but nice hole up the middle for McKinney, number 21.
Well, you hate to see it. It's the same thing they did in the first half. They're just stretching Geneseo with 2 wide receivers on each side. Then when Geneseo covers them man-to-man, they're just left empty-handed up the middle. And right now the linebackers are going to have to find a way to hit those gaps and make those short gains instead of gains of 9.
2 backs in the backfield, McKinney along with Cannon. Quarterback number, Kaiser, number 3. Wide left, wide right. Going to give the ball, turn and make the play up the middle. The tackle that time, Divisor's in on it, along with Brad Lyons, number 7. He made big penetration to make that play. No gain in the play. It'll bring up 3rd and 2 for Nazareth Academy.
Well, that's exactly what I was talking about. You got to find a way to make a play on defense. It's not just going to be given to you. And that time the linebackers stunted there a little bit and found the ball carrier before he could do anything with it. And going to bring up a 3rd and 2. Looked like he lost a yard on that from the Geneseo 30.
Blackard in nose guard position. Geneseo's defense, tight formation, moving around. And give the ball deep to Cannon. Cannon in the backfield, still on his feet. Going to go up the middle, still on his feet. Inside the 10, down to 5. Down to the 6-yard line goes Cannon, number 12, for the Academy. 1st and goal from the 6.
Well, there's just nobody up the middle for Geneseo. He gets through that first initial crack, and there's nobody touching him within 10 yards. And that time the DBs had to wrestle him down. It's going to bring 1st and goal from the 5-yard line of Geneseo. And once again, Geneseo's defense just doesn't have an answer for this offense of LaGrange.
They'll go tight formation now. Nazareth 1st and goal from the 6-yard line. 2:09 left in the 3rd quarter. Gives the ball deep to Cannon. He'll look for yards. Nothing there. Maybe he lost a yard or 2 on the play. On the tackle goes Lyons and Hosty.
Well, you got to play with some emotion out there. That time looked like Hosty come up, made a nice tackle, and threw him to the ground, and then got up with some little fire and some intensity. And that's what you have to do. You can't just be walking down on here on your heels. And the coaching staff's going to have to make a decision here whether they just want to try to blitz and try to get some pressure on him or just sit back and get picked apart. And right now, Geneseo's defense has to answer.
Line splits are almost foot to foot for Nazareth Academy. I backfield, going to fake handoff. Man in the end zone, wide open, gets some pressure, gets the ball downfield.
Oh.
Incomplete. Nice play on the defense that time, as nearly intercepted by Cuban out there right in the corner of the end zone. It'll bring up a 3rd down and goal for Nazareth Academy.
Well, fortunate for Geneseo, 42 there for LaGrange was wide open there in the flat. Nobody had him covered, and the quarterback just didn't recognize it quick enough, and Geneseo got a little bit enough pressure to make the quarterback go somewhere else with it. But right now, 3rd and goal from the 6-yard line of Geneseo. They have to find a way to basically only give up 3 points in this situation, John. They're going to spread them back out.
Wide receivers all over the field. 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Wingback sets. McKinney's the quarterback. He's just going to do nothing but look to run the ball. Number 21. And
nice.
knocks short of the goal line that time. Peel comes up and just lays a heavy on McKinney right before about the 2-yard line, knocking him out of bounds. It'll be 4th and goal from the 2 for the Roadrunners.
Well, great job. You knew that obviously you had to realize he was going to run the ball. He took the direct snap. There was no quarterback in the game. Just peeled left to the far side. Made a guy miss, looked like he was going to break it up to the end zone, and then Peel, followed by a bunch of yellow helmets, just put a nice hit on the sideline. It's going to bring up 4th and goal from the 1-yard line. Looks like they're going to go for it. Geneseo's got to stop them.
And timeout's going to be called by the Roadrunners. With 1:11 left in this 3rd period, 4th and goal from the 2-yard line.
Well, I'm sure the way LaGrange is thinking, if they don't give this, they're going to give the ball back to Geneseo on a 99-yard drive if they have to put some points on the board. And I tell you what, John, I'll take the 99 yards because Geneseo's offense right now is just on a roll. It's just a matter of this defense has got to find it deep in one play and keep them out of the end zone.
If you're Nazareth right now, what do you look at?
Well, I think they're going to do the same thing. I think they're going to spread us out And if they don't run it right up the middle, they're going to roll kind of a rollout pass and probably just run it in if he doesn't have the throw. But right now, Geneseo's, it's up to these linebackers. These front four got to get some penetration. The linebackers got to roll with the quarterback, and they got to look for the quarterback to take off running, because we talked about it earlier. They're in the same position we were, that the field gets a lot smaller when you're on the 1 yard line because you got nowhere to run.
Here we go, 4th and goal from the 2 yard line. The Roadrunners come up the line of scrimmage. Straight for their coach, no huddle. Here we go. 4th and goal from the 2. Long count. Cannon with the carry. Touchdown, Roadrunners. We had that stopped right at the opponent pursuit, but he fell forward into the end zone off the left side of their offense, our right side of the defense.
Yeah, they stuffed him. They chose not to spread Geneseo out. They brought in a bunch of big boys there, and they just lined them up man on man, and looked like Geneseo did a nice job of stacking him in the hole, and his momentum just carried him by, because that referee didn't call a touchdown right off the bat, John. He had to actually work for it. Big touchdown once again. Geneseo's defense unable to stop this LaGrange offense.
Patton checks in the game as Cuban checks out of the game. Looks like he has a cut hand. On for the PAT attempt. Low slant snap, kicks up. It's going to be good to make the score 35. 35-19. Nazareth Academy on top of the Green Machine.
Well, you can't panic right now. This is still the 3rd quarter. 1:06 left here in the 3rd quarter. Your offense just went down and scored a touchdown. The first series of the 2nd half, you have to ask them to do the same thing. And defensively, that coaching staff for Geneseo is going to have to get together and try to find a way, whether it's put together some blitz packages to try to slow down this offense and the quarterback, or you drop people back. But we've seen him drop it back. He's just picking us apart.
Yes. So 35-19 is the score here.
Well, that Cuban getting worked on, so he won't be back deep. It's going to be Reschke, number 44, which is just as dangerous as Cuban, but Cuban obviously with the 91-yard kickoff return already in this ball game.
So we'll see what they do now. I'm sure they haven't recognized that Cuban isn't back deep. Reschke goes back deep, along with Peel and Patton. Once again, they kick a swift kick down the field. Going to Patton once again, number 38. Might have a chance, a little seam himself. 38 gets it back to the 35-yard line. Now the offense comes back on the field with a minute left in the 3rd quarter. Down by the score, 35-19.
Well, I think right now, offensively, you got to do the same thing you've been doing all the game, John. It's just you got to forget about the clock. You got to forget about the game. You got to get 7 points. Your biggest concern right now is defense stopping their offense when they're on the field. But right now, Geneseo's defense is just, they're struggling to stop this passing attack that we've seen. And if they're not passing it, they're running it and gashing us. And right now, this offense has got to take it down, put 7 on the board.
1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. Hammer's going to give it, fakes it. Got down deep. He's got Patton downfield. Nobody near him. Downfield was Patton wide open.
Well, he got pressure there. You can't credit him just totally missing it. He turned around and he had some guys in his face and he was forced to throw it away. But he had looked like Turner stopped on him in the flat and Patton went deep and he had him wide open. Obviously, LaGrange caught off guard with that, but it'll be there again, John. Hopefully next time they try that. But now it's going to bring up 2nd and 10 from the Geneseo 35-yard line.
Turner sets out wide to the right side. Wing back near side's Patton. Now he goes in motion. Gonna give the ball to him, number 38. Drop down hard over there. A gain of maybe 2 on the play to bring up a 3rd and long, 3rd and 8 for the Maple Leafs.
Well, you like the play call on the pass because you actually had him caught off guard, but now it puts you in a situation where you're 3rd and long, and Geneseo's offense, you hate to say 4-down territory this early in the ball game, John, but right now you're facing a 3rd and 8 from your own 36-yard line. You have to match points with this team, otherwise it's this game's over.
So we'll call it 3rd and 8 for the Leafs. 2 receivers out wide to the right side. Cuban along with Turner. Line's got to give him time now. Got to sprint out action to pass. Got plenty of room in front of him. Gets the ball downfield. Incomplete over the head of Cuban at the 40-yard line.
Well, once again, he just rolled him out, and you know how I feel about rolling out a quarterback and trying to throw on the run. If you don't have your feet planted, you're going to throw a ball. That time it was high to Turner, and Geneseo actually had a nice pocket for him, and it's going to force Geneseo in a situation to punt.
They will go into punt formation.
11 seconds left here before the third period. That time, Geneseo, you know, it's difficult to say. They've been running the ball so good, John, up the middle. They just scored the last touchdown. Then you saw 2 out of the last 3 plays of passing. I think they panicked a little bit there.
Caleb Robertson on to handle the punt shores. Stands at his own 25. Nice snap. Nice kick. A little bit off of the right side of his foot this time. Ball's fumbled. Geneseo just can't get the bounce to him. Ball was muffed or fumbled by the return man, but just couldn't fall into Geneseo's hands. Falls right back into the Roadrunner hands, so they'll take over on their own 35-yard line, 1st and 10, going towards the north end zone here with 1 second left in this third quarter.
Well, the bottom line is if you want us to win this ball game and be in it in the fourth quarter, you're going to have to stop this offense this series. You can't allow them to put any more points on the board. 35 to 29 or 35 to 19 right now with a minute left before the end of this third period.
High backs in the backfield. Geneseo walks the linebackers up tight. Now they drop back. Nice hit that time by Hosty. Stop, maybe a loss in the play of a yard, and that'll do it for the end of the third quarter. So after 3 periods of play here in this second round playoff game, Class 5A from Nazareth Academy, the Geneseo 19, Nazareth Academy 35. We'll be back after this.
This TV50 telecast is sponsored in part by Chicago Street Decorating Center, Vandamore Funeral Homes, Farmers National Bank, Holland & Sons, Hazelwood Homes, Geneseo Dairy Queen, ProTech Auto Body, Turpins of Geneseo, Geneseo Municipal Electric Utility, Geneseo Telephone Company, Northside Rexall Drug, Hammond Henry Hospital, B&B Lawn Equipment and Cyclery, Geneseo Good Samaritan Village, Central Bank, Geneseo, Becker & Becker, Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing. Please patronize these fine businesses and let them know you appreciate their support of this TV50 telecast.
Welcome back as we get set to start this fourth quarter of action here. Playoff game, second round here from LaGrange Park, Nazareth Academy. I am John Rowley along with Josh Pierce bringing you all the action. The score is 35-19, bad guys. Geneseo's down by a chunk here as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. 2nd and 10 for Nazareth at their own 35-yard line. 2 receivers near side, wing back on the same side. Now Cannon goes in motion. Quarterback long count in the backfield. Going to give the ball in the middle to Cannon. Geneseo's trying to strip that ball out. Gains about 4 yards, maybe 5 on the play. As DeBiser makes the contact up front, and then Hosty comes in trying to help strip that ball out of there.
Well, here's a big play coming up right now. It's going to bring up 3rd and 5 from the LaGrange 40-yard line. And Geneseo, if they want any chance of this ball game, they're going to have to find a way to get LaGrange to punt this football.
Blackard checks out of the game. Throw the ball out quickly out to receiver, 21 on the carry, on the catch is McKinney still on his feet, gets the first down, moves into Geneseo territory. Just a little screen play to him out there off the line of scrimmage as he lines up as a wide receiver. He carries it down to the 42-yard line of Geneseo.
Well, this passing attack of LaGrange is just basically unstoppable. I don't think the ball's hit the ground. He's actually thrown to us twice, so I know it hasn't hit the ground that way, but the receivers are open. That was just a wide receiver screen. Geneseo too late to recognize what was going on, and they got gashed.
1st and 10 from the 43-yard line of Geneseo. High backs in the backfield. They're going to drop back to pass. Pressure out, get a little screen out in front of him. Turner comes up to make a play. Backside, 28 with it. Ball fumbled, and Nazareth falls right. Ball's still loose. The ball was bouncing all over the place. I don't know who got it. They're going to say Nazareth got it. That ball had about 3 people with shots at it. and Nazareth comes away with it right in front of the Geneseo bench. Couldn't get out there and help us, but boy, it sure looked like it was sitting there just ready to be picked up, didn't it?
Well, you had it just, one guy looked like he had it recovered from LaGrange there, and it just squirted back out, and it looked like Geneseo was going to actually fall on it, and somehow LaGrange was able to fall, and that's the breaks you've got to have here in the fourth quarter if you want to stay in this ball game. Because right now, LaGrange Park is offensively just moving it back down the field on Geneseo's defense.
Nice play on the defense that time, but the ball falls forward to make it 2nd and 3 for the Roadrunners. Wide receivers left, two right. One back in the backfield is McKinney. Deathly silent out here. You're going to drop back to pass. The quarterback puts the ball in the air. He pushes off again. No call as Cuban on the coverage, but every time he breaks free, he pushes Cuban out of the way. Incomplete will bring up a 3rd and 3 for Nazareth Academy.
Well, like we talked about with Nathan Cuban, he's 5'10", going against 6'3", so he's given up 5 inches. That's something Geneseo's we've seen all year with Turner, and they just haven't done it. That time they're just fading it out there, hoping the receiver makes a play. And another 3rd and 2 for Geneseo's defense.
Let's go, D. Big play here. Ball's on the 34-yard line. Need 3 yards for a first down. High back in the backfield. We're going to drop back, give the ball deep to McKinney, looking to get outside, cut it back against the grain, make him fall backwards. No gain on the play. Going to bring up a 4th down and about 2 for Nazareth Academy.
Well, that time they went back in. They both tight ends. They didn't spread anybody, and that's what Geneseo, you've seen Geneseo's offense do that so many times, and that gives Geneseo the opportunity. You make yourself one-dimensional. That time the defense didn't have to worry about the pass, that they caved in, and right now this might be the ball game if Geneseo wants to stay in this game with 9:42 facing a 4th and 2.
35-19. Nazareth Academy on top. 4th down. High back in the backfield. Long count by Nazareth. Fullback's going to take the carry, number 42. He may not get it. They're going to try to strip that ball out. The Visor just hanging on that ball. It's all he's got. I don't think it was a good mark by this near ref.
I don't think he got it regardless where they mark it, John. I think this is going to be Geneseo football.
That might have been a big play on the defense right there. That's a big play. That's a big play. He's going to say, Geneseo's ball. Here we go, boys.
Well, 9:18 left in this 4th period. Geneseo down 35-19. Defense finally makes a stand there and gets the ball back for this offense. And one thing you have to tell with 9:18, don't panic. Take down here and try to get some touchdown here before this game gets too far away. Geneseo, regardless, has to get points on this drive.
Up we come. Line of scrimmage, 1st and 10. Maple Leafs at their own 33-yard line. Hamer, quarterback the whole way for the Leafs. Cuban goes in motion. A lot of pressure in the backfield. He steps, I think somebody stepped on his foot as he pulled away from center that time. Loss of 5 on the play.
Well, that time the safety's actually blitzing there, John. You saw him creep up there as long as the linebackers, and they're just basically throwing the farm at Geneseo. Geneseo.
Bigger loss than that on the play. It'll move it back to the 27-yard line, 26-yard line.
Well, we've seen
it'll be 2nd and 13.
3 of the last 5 offensive plays have been trying to throw the ball. I think Geneseo's panicking a little bit when they can run it on this team.
Patton sets himself out wide also, along with Turner on the right side. Once again, he's got a bunch of pressure back in the backfield. No blocking up there in front of him for that time. As they shot the linebacker once again, he takes Hamer down to the 15-yard line. We're going the wrong direction here, Josh.
Well, now you're looking at 3rd and a mile, and somebody needs to tell somebody down there that we've been able to run 5 or 6 yards on them the whole time. We started this 3rd quarter, and we started passing a little bit after they put that last score on, and now you're finding yourself in a 3rd and a mile. You got to try to find a play here. I mean, it's actually 3rd and 28 now from the Geneseo the 14-yard line. So they're going to have to, they got trips here to the left.
4 down linemen for the Roadrunners. Hamer sprint out action, got pressure from the backside. Steps up, puts the ball downfield to Patton. No, almost just over his head at the 50-yard line. Had him beat, but just overthrown. Big throw that time by Hamer. Geneseo will have to go into punt formation.
Well, 4th and 28, your defense did the job to get your offense back in there. And I tell you what, these last 2 series from Geneseo, it's just they hit the panic button when I don't think they had to hit the panic button, John. I mean, you got 2 possessions and you stop them. If you can put both those possessions in the end zone, this game's tied. And
timeout, Geneseo.
And then they use a timeout. So to add fuel to the fire, they burn their 2nd timeout of the 2nd half, John, on 4th and 28 from your 10-yard line. I don't, unless he's thinking on going for it on this down here.
I think he's they're thinking about going for it here. Josh, what do you have to lose at this point?
Well, this is ball game here. You turn the ball over on your 15-yard line. This ball game's over. But coach probably have a play in here. I'm sure it's a little. We used to have a little give and go where you throw it about 10 yards and then the guy comes right behind him and you pitch it back. And hopefully Geneseo can mastermind a play up here that's going to get us 29 yards. Otherwise, this ball's going back to LaGrange Park.
They might be stretching this one out in the dirt out there. 7:52 left, as you said, in this fourth quarter. Geneseo down by the score of 35-19.
Well,
if he goes for it here, I'm all for it because I think that you're right. This is a do and die right here.
Well, you had to
we have to make something happen.
You just hate to see it 4th and 28. I mean, this is a situation where they can actually play a prevent defense and still keep you from converting this first down. I just think Geneseo, they came out that first drive, John, took it all the way to the length of the field and scored a touchdown, and then after that they decided they were going to just do something totally different and basically caved us in.
Ball sets on the 14-yard line. We need to get almost to the 44-yard line out here right in front of the camera. 4th and 28 from our own 14-yard line. 7:52 left in the ball game. Drop back to pass. And he gets sacked in the backfield once again. He slips and falls on the turf at the 6-yard line and brought down.
That's 3 straight sacks, John. That's actually 5 straight sacks leading back to the second possession. Geneseo's only had 3 possessions, this being the third. One of them led to a touchdown as you basically drove it down their throat. And then you come out, you hit the panic button, and with 7:42 left, you're going to give the ball up on your 5-yard line. Boy, a lot of questions flying right now, John.
Well, I think it's, when you're down by the score we are, 35-19, we had to try something. Like I said, it's too bad it was deep in the territory, but we had to.
I agree. I agree. You had to do something there, but you're running the ball on them.
High back in the backfield behind the quarterback for the Roadrunners. Going to sweep it outside to Cannon. They turn him inside. Flag on the play at the 5-yard line.
Yep, you're going to get LaGrange for a hold, 10 yards. It's going to back him back up. And, that's what you hate to see. If Geneseo gets a penalty here, they're going to back him down. If you can hold them, you're going to get the ball back. So that's 3 possessions that you've had the ball, which if you didn't,
Blackard's going to come out of the game with a hitch in his leg there.
It's a lot easier to say that up here, too, in the stands,
I know,
John.
Yep. So let's move them back to the 20 or to the 16, 17-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal from the 17.
First and goal.
Well, Geneseo,
for Roadrunners.
Geneseo only having 1 timeout now because they burned it on that 4th and 28. So they got to find a way to keep LaGrange not only out of this end zone, but pretty much off the board here if they want to contend here in the second.
Wide left, wide right. 2 backs in the backfield. McKinney along with Cannon. Going to give the ball option play and look to take it wide to quarterbacks with the ball, still on his feet, and they're going to call hold here, as you hear from the fans, they're going to call holding again on the option play. Geneseo defends it well, but there's going to be another flag on the play against the Roadrunners. Once again, it would indicate.
Well, that's going to cost them 10 more. That's going to back them up even more. That's why, you hated to see Geneseo hit the panic button there at the end of the third quarter, John. There's a lot of football left and a lot can happen, and you see basically back-to-back penalties for LaGrange, which is going to move them back 20 yards in the last 2 plays. So Geneseo's defense doing a nice job of keeping out of the end zone, but offensively,
holding once again and moves the ball back to the 29-yard line.
It's going to bring me up 1st and goal from the 29-yard line, so Geneseo's defense has a chance to make a play here.
Wide left, wide right to go. Cannon lines up in the slot on the right side. The advisor's on that same side. Now he comes in motion. Going to give the ball to Cannon. They're going to cut the ball back against the. Nice tackle that time. Turner comes up and makes a play, and Posty cleans him up. They may have lost another yard in the play. They'll bring up 2nd and goal from about the 32-yard line.
Nice
job. They're going to mark it right at the 30.
Nice job by Geneseo's defense. Never let him get the corner turn. You could see he was trying to hustle out there and turn that corner and make a positive play. And Turner did a nice job of cutting him in, and once he got a hold of his leg, then you saw Hosty, number 66, come up, make a nice polished tackle up there, and he actually lost a yard. Going to bring up 2nd goal from the 30.
A lot of different personnel came in between plays that time for the Roadrunners, including number 34, which are shifting him around right now. He'll line up in the slot on the left side. Turner's on him. 1 back in the backfield is McKinney. Drop back to pass. Ball goes in the air. It's a duck downfield and intercepted by Reschke at the goal line.
Call a touchback.
Touchback.
Nope.
No, they're going to mark it at the 1 yard line.
Boy, I was hoping they called it. I think his momentum actually did stop and roll him in there, but this is exactly why you don't hit the panic button at the end of the third period, John. This is 3 possessions now. This will be the third that Geneseo's had it. Things can happen if you hit the panic button and you do something that you're not accustomed to doing, which is throw the ball.
That was an outright duck thrown by the quarterback of
Geneseo
Nazareth Academy that time. Rescued the interception at the 1 yard line. Could have gone either way as far as down to 1, or his momentum carried him in the end zone. He had to dive for it.
Well, 6:15 left here in the fourth quarter, 35-19. Geneseo still alive.
Zach Mackey with the ball. There we go.
99 yards. Geneseo's offense has to go.
1st and 10 from the 1 yard line for the Leafs. Going from the south to the north here at LaGrange Park. Beautiful field we're playing on.
One timeout.
Turner goes wide left.
Come on, Jack, let's go. Geneseo only got 1 timeout left, so now.
Telling Turner to come. I don't know what they're going. Geneseo with the ball at their own 1 yard line. First man through. There goes Cuban. He's going to run the corner. He's going to go 20. See what speed he's got now. 30, 40. He's got one guy to beat him. He's going to go over the 50. He's going to go to the 40. He's going to go to 30. He's going to go to the house. 20, 10. Touchdown, Cuban. 99-yard run by Cuban. Off the left side. What do you think about that one? 99 yards off the left side by Cuban.
I tell you what,
nobody was catching.
He hit
got over that
gear.
Yes.
The running back actually is on the field for the DB, and he had an angle on him about the 50.
And then he turned it on.
Hit another gear, and the running back was gone for LaGrange. He tried to the DB was the running back.
Touchdown, Geneseo.
Couldn't catch Nathan Cuban in that time. 99 yards to add his 90-yard touchdown kick. That's exactly why you just play this football game nose up. Geneseo being able to run the ball on these guys.
Hey, everybody just forgot about that 4th down call by Coach Larry Johnson, didn't they? Everybody just forgot it.
35-28, 2-point conversion here to make it an 8-point game and a 1-possession ball game for Geneseo.
Geneseo will go for 2. Gonna sweep the play, looking for Panacucci, find the seam. 2-point conversion by Panacucci. It's an 8-point game like you called. This game's not over yet. The green machine's still rolling, fellas. Don't anybody turn their radios off or TV off. There's more ball game yet to be played here.
Great job by that offensive line. Crowds into it now again, and Geneseo just makes it an 8-point game, 1 possession,
This is what we drove for you for. This is what we came for.
Well, that's speed kills, and we saw once again the Cadillac got out there on the far side, hit another gear about midfield, took it 99 yards, and then a 2-point conversion. Panacucci and the boys up front with a nice blocking job, and Geneseo going to kick off, trailing 8 points here, 35-27, 5:59 left in the fourth quarter. Geneseo with 1 timeout left, John. And once again, the offense for LaGrange is going to have to come on, but they're facing a little bit more pressure now. They've got to convert, otherwise they're going to give this ball back to a Geneseo offense, which basically has stopped itself the second half.
We're standing amongst the green machine. We are green machine chant here. 8-point game, 35-27. Maple Leafs are fighting back. 5:55 left in the ball game.
Well, LaGrange, I don't think they know what to do right now. They realize that a game that they were pretty much dominating just got thrown right back in their face, and you got a ball game. It looks like Geneseo may be attempting to onside kick this.
Luke Lemke from the right hash mark will look to kick the ball onside. Has to go 10 yards. We'll have a good vantage point from where we're at right here.
Get it!
And it knocked out of bounds. Oh, just about had it. That's a perfect kick by Luke Lemke.
It took a nice hop.
Kick.
Took a great hop about 10 yards in, and Geneseo had a couple guys get their hands on it. It just went through everybody and went out of bounds, and I like the play call by Coach Johnson because you know your defense struggled all game, so why kick it off and just give them a chance to run it back? Maybe you can get the onside kick and get your offense back on there. And it all comes down to this. Geneseo's defense has to stop LaGrange's offense, something they've struggled with all game.
Here we go, 1st and 10, Nazareth Academy. You got me calm, LaGrange now. It's Nazareth Academy, 1st and 10 from their own 48-yard line. Boy, that was close to being picked up by one of our fellows. We had about 4 guys up there jumping for it, just couldn't get our hands on it. They moved the ball to the 44 or 46-yard line, 1st and 10, Nazareth Academy's territory. 5:55 left in the ball game. Geneseo down by 8. 35-27. High backs in the backfield. Long count once again by Nazareth. We give the ball to McKinney. Stack him up in the middle, hold him up, wrap him up. Little gain that time.
Well, now Nazareth Academy's got a dilemma here. They want to take some time off the clock, but it's basically uncharacteristic of their offense because Geneseo's basically stopped the run, John. It's the pass that's killed them. So right now with 2nd and 8, we'll call it 2nd and 9 from the Academy's 40, we'll call it the 46-yard line. 5:30 counting down. Geneseo's defense facing a big series.
2nd and 9 for the Roadrunners. Ball's on their own 47-yard line. High backs in the backfield, wide left, wide right. Going to give it to McKinney once again. He's been just about heading down the backfield, still fighting for yards, still on his feet. Down to the 50-yard line, going to bring up a 3rd and long for Nazareth Academy. We just about had him wrapped up in the backfield, but couldn't bring him down.
Well, this is the time to make the plays. It's 4th quarter. Your defense is on the field. They've struggled all day to make plays, but right now they're facing a 3rd and 6 from the own 50-yard line. The Roadrunners here don't convert. They're probably going to have to punt this ball back to Geneseo. Biggest play of the defense's game right here so far, 4:49 counting down here in the 4th period. Geneseo trailing by 8, 35-27.
Up they come, the line of scrimmage are the Roadrunners. 2 receivers near side, which is the right side of our offense or defense. Reschke on the coverage along with Peel. Going to sprint out action near side, looking to throw the ball downfield. Quarterback's going to keep it this time. Looking to go outside. The Buzzard lays a heavy on him. They're going to mark that at the 45-yard line. Not a good mark by the referee. It should be the other side of the stripe. That'll bring up a 4th down for Nazareth Academy.
I will tell you what, DeBiser put a nice shot on him. Anytime you can get their head to snap back like that, like a whiplash, you know you put a hit on him.
That quarterback's hurting too.
4th and 1 here at the Geneseo 45-yard line.
4:05 left in the ball game. Geneseo down by 8. 4th and 1.
Quarterback just took a huge shot, so right now he's kind of wary. You wonder if they're going to burn a timeout or they're actually going to go for this.
4th and 1 right here in front of us. The Roadrunners, high backs in the backfield. Geneseo's linebackers walk up tight. I think he's going to get it, don't you, Josh? He may have pushed it forward.
According to this near side ref, he's going to mark him. He's going to be about a ball there. He's going to get the 1st down. Just a quarterback sneak. He took the big boys up underneath. Basically what he did is you'd like to at least see him measure it, John. He got it by at least a foot there.
You're right.
Just down the line here. It's a good call.
3:38 left in the ball game. Clock's on the move. Geneseo's down by 8. Roadrunners with the ball. Nazareth Academy at the Geneseo 44-yard line, 43-yard line, 1st and 10. Wide left, wide right they go. High backs in the backfield. Send a man in motion. Sets himself. Gives the ball to McKinney, looking to get outside. DeBiser flushes him outside. Belly gear comes up. Flag on the play, it looked like, didn't it?
Yep, they're going to get him for a legal man, probably a block in the back or a hold on that far side.
Stops the clock with 3:07 left. That's a big call right there. If that's what it is, a flag sits right at the 38-yard line. They're going to march it off against Nazareth Academy.
Boy,
holding Nazareth Academy, all right.
I tell you what, Colin DeBiser there in the defensive end's been 3 or 4 times where he's almost caught him in the backfield and the guys just got away. That just shows you how good number 21 McKinney is of slipping away from a tackle.
But not many people get away from Colin DeBiser in the backfield like that, but as you said, they have slipped away today. That'll march it off.
Well, we've seen
back to the 48-yard line of Geneseo. It'll be 1st and 15 for the Roadrunners. 2 receivers to the right side here of our defense. Peel and Reschke on the coverage. 1 to the right side. Cuban on the coverage there. Balaguer back deep on the safety position. Linebackers. Hosty up there along with Hungate. Street play, trying to get it outside. Geneseo's defense comes up. Nice play that time. Hosty, linebacker, after a gain of 5, brings up 2nd and 10. Clock is still going to move just inside 3 minutes now.
Well, Geneseo only got 1 timeout. They burned 2 early ones, so they've only got 1 timeout. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10. That time Hosty did a nice job from the linebacker position of making the tackle. And right now you can give up 2 or 3 yards. You just got to make sure you can get them off the field. And right now, basically, John, with 2:39 counting down here in the 4th quarter, you can't let them convert this 1st down.
2nd and 10. 2:30 left. Geneseo down by 8. 35-27. Wide left, wide right, eye backfield for the Roadrunners. Quarterback's going to look to pitch the ball. Gets it out to McKinney. A lot of pressure coming up to tackle him. He's still on his feet. Still on his feet. Breaks free. Panacucci's one man to tackle him. Flag on the play. Flag on the play once again. Big run down to the 15-yard line that time by McKinney.
It's going to come
But
back.
there's to be a flag on the play at the 30-yard line, and that's going to bring it all back.
Yep, number 83 looked like he hit Geneseo guy there in the back as he was running around. The Geneseo guy's slow to get off the field. His shirt's tied up, so it's hard to see
It's
his
like
number.
Panacucci once again.
Boy, LaGrange Park just shot themselves in the foot several times these last 2 drives with penalties, John. It's just Geneseo's got to find a way. You saw that great run there by the running back for LaGrange. Geneseo had him wrapped up 3 or 4 times, and he made a couple nice spin moves.
McKinney, the tailbacks, 5'10", 165. You would think that we could just bring him down with no problem, but he is a greasy guy out there.
Yeah, that run was that was a spectacular run there to get the first down. Fortunate for Geneseo, it's a penalty, so it's going to bring up 2nd and 7 from the Geneseo 40-yard line.
2:04 left in the game. Geneseo's down by 8. Wide left, wide right we go. Got guys moving up there, no call. High backs in the backfield. Gonna give it to McKinney coming this side again. Deppy steps up, he's trying to break outside. On the tackle, Geneseo's all over him. Posty on the tackle, along with Deppy there. Belagear comes up, flying up there to help out, number 28. Let about 5 seconds run off the clock there before the officials actually waved the clock. Coach Mackey was calling for a timeout about 1:42, 1:41.
Well, you got 2 plays here, John. It's going to bring up 3rd and 4 for LaGrange here at the Geneseo 37-yard line. You got 2 plays to try to get this ball back and maybe create a score here. You cannot let them convert this first down. And great game this turned out to be in the 4th quarter. We talked about it. It's a game of 2 halves. It's Geneseo, unfortunately, 2 possessions there that they really faltered, which we wish we had back. But huge run by a Cuban there, 99 yards to put this game within 8 points after the 2-point conversion by Panacucci. And right now, once again, Geneseo's defense taking on this juggernaut of the academy over there. They've struggled to stop all game long, and right now, 2 big plays. Somebody on that Geneseo defense got to make a play.
Need some help here by the stands here. 3rd and 4 for the Roadrunners at the Geneseo 37-yard line. Geneseo's fans come to their feet now, calling for some help. Here we go. 2 big plays here, 1:36 left in the ball game. Down by 8. Need the ball back. 3rd and 4 for the Roadrunners. Ball's at the Geneseo 37-yard line. High backs in the backfield, wide left, 2 wide right. For the Roadrunners, the blue jerseys, white pants. Long count once again by the quarterback. Looks him over. Gives the ball up the middle. First down by, he's stuck hard there trying to strip the ball. Cuban, after the first down, brings him down to the 22-yard line with 1:30 left in the ball game.
Well, it's unfortunate for Geneseo. Once again, the defense just couldn't stop this LaGrange team. They've spread him out again. This hit number 21, this McKinney, they talked about, 1,000-yard rusher. He's the real deal, John. You can see how slippery he is in the backfield. You have to wrap him up, otherwise he's gone out of your picture. And first down for LaGrange now at the Geneseo 30-yard line with 1:20. Geneseo out of timeouts. LaGrange going to be able to probably just take a knee here 3 times, John, and that's going to be the end of this ball game.
They'll go in just to take the knee formation. And a knees down with 1:04 left. That's their first down. Geneseo has no way to stop the clock. Had to use the timeouts earlier in the half.
Best offense we've ran against all year by far, John. And I tell you what, Geneseo, credit those guys out there with everybody out there. They had a chance to fold this thing in with about 7 minutes left in the 4th quarter, and they fought right back.
Once again, they go into the snap it, take a knee. He just about fumbled that ball that time, Josh.
Well, Geneseo, you can, just because they're taking a knee and going light doesn't mean you can't smack him up there in the middle and hope something would happen. But right now with 28 seconds, 27 seconds counting down, Geneseo, no timeouts.
Going to have to run another play.
They're going to have to run one more play on 3rd down here, 3rd and 13, which is pretty much irrelevant. But as long as he doesn't bobble or fumble this snap, Geneseo obviously going to probably lose this game 35-27.
And that will do it. That's the final snap.
I tell you what, look.
Nazareth Academy comes out victorious by a score of 35-27. But I'll tell you what.
They got a lot more than they dealt with the second half than they thought they were ever going to face, and Geneseo should, no reason to hang your hats. You got good offense beat you today.
There's some great leadership out there today by the seniors. Josh, This team could have rolled over and played dead after about 6 minutes into the game, but they didn't. They came back and fought and fought and fought, and they came back and they had this team on their heels in this fourth quarter.
Well, you're thinking, you know, it's at halftime it's 28-13. They only came out and put 7 points on the board, John. It's not like the second half. If you would have came out the first half and played the second half like you played the whole game, you probably could have walked out of here victorious. But like you said, with about 7-8 minutes left in this fourth quarter, Geneseo looked like it was very bleak for them. They had a chance to shut it down and just go home, and they didn't. They answered. They came back at one time, cut the lead to 8, and they had a big fourth down conversion by LaGrange Academy that converted to keep this game alive. Otherwise, Geneseo's got a chance to go back on offense and take it down and maybe tie this ball game. But hats off to both teams. It was a great game. LaGrange offense, I've never seen an offense like this, you know, at the high school level this year, John, as far as Geneseo playing. And credit Geneseo's offense. They came back out and they moved the ball. It's not like LaGrange Academy stuffed us on offense. It was just a matter of we just ran out of opportunities. Green Machine put up all they had. They fought hard, and the seniors, it has to be a long walk as I watch them go across the field here to shake hands for the final time as a Green Machiner. That it's got to be a long walk across that field for the final time in the second round playoff game when you know that you came out and gave everything. Though it's got to be a little bit easier when you know you gave everything that you had. And you feel bad for these seniors. You know, this is the last game they'll play with that G on their helmet, and they gave it all. They've been doing this since about the 6th, 5th grade, where you start Little League. Is your goal is to go out here and as varsity as a senior and play a playoff game. And they left it all on the field. Unfortunately, Geneseo going to come up short. 35-27 is your final. And you know, hats off. What a season, John. I know at the beginning of the season, a lot of people wanted to count this team out, and they started to play with the chip on their shoulder, went back and actually won NCIC, which a lot of people didn't expect. And credit that coaching staff for getting them playing every week. Let's go through a few stats here, and we'll kind of summarize the rest of it. Nazareth Academy, McKinney, number 21, 19 carries for 140 yards. Cannon, number 12, 13 carries for 112 yards. Kaiser, the quarterback, 9 yards on the day. Williams, 1 carry for a total of 262 yards total rushing for the game. Passing the ball, Kaiser had 13 completions on 18 attempts, 3 interceptions, 2 touchdowns for 213 yards on the day. For Geneseo, Cuban had 6 carries for 119 yards. Panacucci, 11 carries for 64. Panacucci, 11 carries for 54. Passing the ball, Hamer, 1 of 5 for 2 yards. And that completion was to Turner. So that, as far as the individual stats, you have some of the team stats. Team stats, you got Nazareth Academy, 22 first downs to 11 for Geneseo. Rushing yards, Geneseo 41 attempts for 231. Nazareth Academy 39 attempts for 262. Passing, Geneseo obviously 5 for 1 for 2 yards. Passing, here's the big one right here, Jay, for John. Nazareth Academy, 18 attempts, 13 completions, 213 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 5 of those incompletes. 3 of them were interceptions to Geneseo. Total yards, 233 to Nazareth Academy, 475. And here's the big one that Geneseo just couldn't get the brakes on. 2 fumbles for Nazareth Academy in the second half. Geneseo couldn't pounce on one of them. And time of possession, Geneseo owned it, 24 minutes, 25 seconds to 23:45, and not one punt by Nazareth Academy on offense. So that just shows you how potent their offense was. An outstanding season by the Green Machine, though, nevertheless. Again, as you alluded to earlier, a lot of people didn't even consider this team as a favorite in the conference. They battled all season long to get to that point, and they did win the conference. And they come into playoffs last week. Again, everybody said, out one more game and they're out. Not this year. They won last week on a hard-fought game against a team that you hate to see play again, LP, and win an overtime game. And they come out here to make the trip to the Chicago area and just battled their hearts out and left everything on the field. And that's all you can ask for when you're a senior in high school, that you leave everything on the field you had. And I think that's what happened here today. I want to thank this team. This is I've been doing this for 3 years now, lucky enough to be calling the games, and they gave me my first playoff win, John. I know it's unfortunate, but this team just, every time you tried to count them out or you wanted to talk bad about them, they just put that chip on the shoulder. They went out there and they won games. And a lot of times it might not have been pretty. It might have been 3-0 to LaSalle Peru at home, and people questioned that. Or it might have been an overtime victory against Ottawa, where people thought, oh, it's Ottawa. How can we just win in overtime? But you guess what? You know, they went on to win NCIC, won their first playoff game in Geneseo in 3 years when we've had some pretty good teams. So hats off to these kids coming out and playing. And, you know, for the juniors that are seniors next year, you got to take this experience. And seniors, you got to keep your head up and realize that you fought all year. You know, you had some injuries there, obviously, with Reschke at the beginning of the game, of the first game, which is a big part of your weapons. And they fought back every game, and every time you counted them out, they proved you wrong.
And they kept it, also remember to keep their heads up, because they really did prove what a team aspect is. There was no superstars here on this team this year. They're all a bunch of football players that came together to form a team, and that was noticed by a lot of people, not only in our community, other communities also, how they performed as a team. And I tell you what, a lot of the youth of the Geneseo area noticed the same thing also, that they played with everything they had every game, and that's all you can ask for.
You shouldn't hang your heads. You lost to a good team today. I mean, in this LaGrange Park Nazareth Academy, they came out 4 wide receivers, something we haven't seen in a long time, and they used them, and they could see that they've done it all year. And you know, then you credit this team for coming out. You just you know, you wish them luck, and you wish you would have had a better outcome, but that's the way the playoffs are. If it was that easy, it wouldn't be that big of a task to get to state.
So that's pretty much going to wrap it up for us here at LaGrange Park at Nazareth Academy. And for John Buzzard doing the stats and Willis Andel, Keith Kennett behind the camera. Josh, thanks a lot for being here with me again this season. For Clint Rice, who stepped in to help, along with Lauren Lemke, who helped out through the year also. I just want to thank everyone for listening, all the sponsors for sponsoring. And once again, Geneseo goes down in defeat here in the second round playoff game by the score of 35-27 to Nazareth Academy Roadrunners. But boys, a great season. Keep your head up. Show the pride of the Green Machine. That'll do it. I am John Roy. Good evening.
through 6, completed 4 for 52 yards. Total yards, Geneseo 341, Moline 292, and time of possession, Geneseo with 30 minutes and 46 seconds to Moline 17-14, and that's almost double, John. And penalties, Moline had 8 for 60 yards, which cost them a lot of drives, and Geneseo able to be very disciplined with only 3 penalties for 25 yards.
And just one penalty in the second half is the only penalty they had. So very impressive game tonight by Geneseo. I think some people saw us play last week against Dunbar and said, well, what was Dunbar? Were they that good a team? It was close. You expect those big blowout games. We didn't blow them out last week like we have seen with the Chicago teams. So we came in this week and we were like, what do we have? What do we really have? Do we have it? Certainly, I think we proved it tonight.
I really believe Moline thought they were going to come in.
We have more than we gave them credit for.
I thought Moline thought they were going to come in here and really give it to us. A chance for Geneseo. Maybe they're not as good as they've been in the past, and Moline's one of the better teams they've had probably in 10 or 15 years. Right. And Geneseo showed them that it doesn't matter what you say, what you do, but it all depends on how you play here on the football field. And 31-14 shows you that the Green Machine came out tonight very victorious and looked very good.
They played quality Geneseo football. That's what we saw tonight. Quality inside the tackles. Do what we have to do to loosen that up and go back inside the tackles. So just an outstanding game tonight, both offensively and defensively by the Maple Leafs. So that's pretty much wrap it up for us tonight. I want to acknowledge our statisticians, Willis Andel and John Buzzard, as they throw all the stats to us. We can't do this by ourselves. I have trouble with math. Those guys just throw numbers at us to help us look good. With Keith Kennett behind the camera, with Josh Pierce doing the color commentary, the play-by-play, and myself, John Rowley. We appreciate bringing the games to you tonight on another big victory tonight by the Maple Leafs, 31-14 victorious, and we'll see you next week in Quincy. Thanks for listening. Good evening. hit those holes hard and fast. Boy, it was impressive showing by their offense in the second half for Ottawa. Final score here, 14-10 Ottawa. 14 points in the second half. Geneseo took a lead at halftime. Scores 3-0 at halftime. Had one big run by Norn in the second half to pick up their only other touchdown in the second half.
Yeah, anxious to see our second half yardages. Norn had 62 of them on one play. And a couple pass plays, you know, that just connecting, and it's a whole different ballgame. That's something that you know, Gray is a quarterback that's got a nice wing and trying to get comfortable. He's really getting comfortable at executing the offense, and just got those pass completions are going to come in time as we work through them. But you got to hand it to the offensive line of Ottawa. They controlled our defense when they needed to in order to get the yardage they needed to get upfield, and they ran that sweep play, John, and that guy would come around the corner, and he just, okay, let's see, which way do I want to go, and he'd move it upfield and pick up big yardage.
Yeah, he had the time to pick whether he wanted to make the go outside or he wanted to bring it back inside, and you know, I tell you, 9 times out of 10, he was picking the right spot too.
Yes, sir. And Ottawa gets to go home on a great high. So we're going to bring you some final game stats here. We'll just run over the yardage for Ottawa. Their big horse, Harkar, had 21 carries for 154 yards, but then they also had another running back in Ahorn, had 11 carries for 104, and then the Cameron, 9 carries for 139. When you have 397 rushing yards against Geneseo's defense, you know you've got an explosive offensive team, and that's what Ottawa had tonight. They had 16 first downs, 48 carries for 397 yards, 4 passing attempts, didn't even complete a pass tonight. Everything happened on the ground for the Pirates. They lost 1 fumble. They had 8 penalties for 70 yards, which helped Geneseo 9 out of 10 times. We were just unable to capitalize on it, and they also had the time possession of 24:06. 5 punts with a 27-yard average, and they had an average of 33 yards on their returns.
On Geneseo's side of the ball, Eric Norn, 14 carries for 99 yards. Cuban, 8 carries for 49 yards. Augie Anderson, 7 carries for 19 yards. Justin Gray, 13 carries for 111 yards. Passing the ball, 4 of 18 for 48 yards for Justin Gray. Receiving the ball, Russell 2 receptions for 33. Nordstrom 1 reception for 15. First downs, Geneseo had 19 first downs. Rushing the ball, 43 carries for 293 yards rushing, 48 yards passing for total offense of 341 yards total offense tonight compared to Ottawa's 397 yards. Geneseo 2 fumbles, they lost 1. Penalty-wise, 4 penalties for 25 yards. Time of possession for Geneseo, 23 minutes and 54 seconds. Punts, 5 punts for an average of 38 yards. Return yards, 92 return yards. And Nathan Boyster had a 23-yard field goal in the first half to put us on the board there in the first half. Yeah.
3-0 halftime score, 14-10. Final score from Geneseo. Ottawa Pirates 14, Geneseo 10. This is TV 50 and WGRG 100.5 FM for Keith Kennett, Mark and Mindy Hune, John Rowley, Willis Andel, Clint Rice. See you, bye.